And
So
we are
Duck
live.
Hunt. You were playing. Yeah, you were playing. Oh, sorry. You want to do an intro?
No, yeah. Well, welcome to our stupid bonus show, Saturday episode.
Did you say
I
stupid
don't know.
boner show?
Stupid boner show.
Bonus
Exactly
show.
what I
Yes,
said.
it's a boner show.
My boner is the stupidest boner. Let me tell you.
It just doesn't listen to anything you want.
No, I know, right? Slapping him down, he just gets harder. He's coming at it with more force. I'm like, dude, back off.
Oh boy.
And that's how we're
You know it's going to
be.
be a good show when.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're episode 2 something, 210, 212, some shit like that. But yeah, so this is a
212.
ridiculous bonus show. We'll maybe have regulars show up at some point, but it's Saturday. What the fuck are we doing here?
It's awesome.
We're in
Is
quarantine.
it Saturday? I don't know. The days just
Yeah.
bleed into one another. Yeah.
So before we launched, we were talking about some pretty exciting retro console stuff here with Leo and our buddy Dave from Buffalo. So
Yeah.
dive back into that shit because like that was
Well, Leo had something that he'll tell you about, but I ended up picking up an old NES from my cousin. I was gonna play Duck Hunt with my kids, and today I ran around. I got 2 tube TVs, 20 inches, because I want to be able to move. Somebody gave me one that maybe you could use as a tube swap later. It's like from the 1980. It's like the wood rim thing, but I wanted something that had. Oh, there we go. The rim.
wood rim.
Wood rim.
Oh,
But I wanted something with just composite, RCA composite in the back, in case my cousin didn't. I didn't know if he had the old RF hookup, so I got another one with RCA jacks, and I went and picked up the Nintendo, set it on the table, told my kids to wait upstairs. I'm going through the bag of shit, and there's no fucking power cord. I'm like, oh. And I know it works because like 3 or 4 years ago, he had set it up in his basement. But he's like, oh, the zapper doesn't work. I'm like, oh, they don't work on. I'm not a retro guy.
No, yeah.
Like I never even owned a Nintendo. My brother had it. I never
really?
did. But I'm like, yeah. But I'm like,
Even as a kid.
Not as a kid. My brother had it. I never. Yeah, he got it. I mean, I played it, but it was his. It was he was still buying games. I don't think I ever bought a game for it. But I liked all the games, and I wanted to play Duck Hunt and Hogan's Alley with my kids because I'm like, oh, this would be great at home.
Spy Hunter.
Well,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
But-
I know I've told that story right before. So
Yeah.
my first job, washing dishes and throwing pizzas. I literally was gonna buy an NES, but my first paycheck wouldn't cover it, so I bought Spy Hunter Yard, the cartridge before I had the system. Back in this was like '88. I was like 13, so I was like, yeah.
No,
And
I
then the
never played it on.
2 weeks later, I bought it the system to play it.
How do you? What if you have all the weapons? There's only 2 buttons.
Yeah, it's not great.
How do you do it? Can you use the weapons? Can you ever get all
the
4 at
smoke
once?
and the oil spill. I know
Smoke
this.
and the oil, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. Like you should. I mean, the helicopter was in it, so you should be able to shoot the helicopter.
I never got that
I
far
don't
to get to the
remember.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was.
That game's
I-
fun.
There's
I
one
love that
button's always going to be machine guns, and then you just have one other one for weapons.
Yeah.
Maybe it never lets you have 2 weapons at the same time.
Maybe the
That's
select. I think select would let you choose the weapons. I'm guessing
I don't think you could have 2. Now that I think about it, I mean, maybe I never got that far enough, but I don't think you could have 2.
Could be.
I have it
yeah,
downstairs. I give it a try.
Do you have
Yeah,
Spy
Leo,
Hunter?
we got time tonight, so we're not doing anything. So if you want to pull the camera downstairs, maybe show us some live NES Spy Hunter, that would be fucking badass.
You have how many games, Leo? If anyone doesn't know, Leo has a
It's got a
enormous
wall. Yeah,
of
a wall
NES.
of
How many
games.
do
I
you
got
have?
about a little over 500 now. I'm about
Fuck.
2 and change away from having the complete collection. So that'll
Now,
be
are those expensive titles or just ones you haven't come across? Not all of them, or
a mix. Like there are some of the rare ones I haven't gone through, but I have a couple of games that are in over $100 each. So
Which ones?
Dragon Hunter 4. What the hell was that? The Flying Warriors game.
Do you have all the Bible games?
I have Bible Adventures.
Oh,
The non-licensed Bible Adventure.
Yeah.
Yep. God, there's a couple other ones that are in the hundo.
I'm sure you have the ones that I have, so I won't even. I have
Yeah.
6.
But
You have
I don't have Stadium Event. I bought a retro remake of the Nintendo World Championships, but that's
Sweet.
that was probably $50. That's a fun little game. I obviously couldn't afford the real one because those are 20 grand or some shit like that.
Super,
So but yeah, I got.
Flask. Holy shit! In the IRC.
Oh,
What's up, Jerry?
nice. But I was saying to Dave earlier, if for I was actually thinking of buying this too for Duck Hunt. You can buy a gun. It's by Hyperkin Hyperblast that will work on an HD TV for Duck Hunt if you have the top loader Nintendo. And I don't know, you know,
So just-
I have a top loader. It's not the one that probably everyone had where you stuck it in and slammed it down. This was just straight like a Super Nintendo or Atari game where you just plopped the game down. It was made the last couple of years of the Nintendo system to kind of get
Right.
around the issues of blowing on the games to get them to work. This thing, if the game's not going to work on that top loader, it's not going to work on anything. It's
Needs to be
great for that stuff.
cleaned. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And I was fortunate. I picked it up at Funkoland when I used to work there in high school. So that's the only reason I got that.
So do you like clean your contacts with like Brasso and all that stuff? That
I still so when I worked at Funko, they had a cleaning solution for the Nintendo games, and I have a couple of those bottles left. Though I will occasionally clean the games, although as where I have them all, they're against the wall, so nothing like it's pretty good about not getting dust there because I just have the back sealed, like the actual game part is sealed against the back of a wall, so it's pretty good for that. And I do have
like when you buy like new games though, or like buy new used games to you, right? Do you have to like clean them? Do you go through that whole process?
So there's two places I buy them from. There's two stores in Massachusetts, and they actually do a pretty good job of cleaning them when I go there. From the Not for Resale documentary that I watched a couple weeks ago, I'm gonna go when this shit settles down. I'm gonna go up to Salem and go visit that store as well too to go add that to my list of stores that I go to buy on. But no, they're very good on cleaning them.
Yeah.
I even one time too, I know the two store owners pretty well. I brought a game and I'm like, hey, this game just didn't work. They're like, all right, just returned it back without an issue. I mean, I bought a good amount of my games from them for the past couple of years. So yeah.
So you'd never been to that the other game store from?
No, I didn't know it existed. Like Salem is very, from where I'm at on the South Shore, Salem's very much to the north. Like it's on our way from New Hampshire, on the way to New Hampshire. So yeah. I've gone there a couple of times. There's an arcade that's actually up there. That's a barcade. That's pretty nice. It's a little cramped, but I'd go to a lot more often. But it's hard to have a couple of drinks. It's like an hour plus ride for me too. I'm like, well, I don't want to have too many, and you can't really fucking Uber home. So like, but it's nice little area. There's a couple of nice restaurants out there. Again, when the weather gets better and we can start interacting with people, I plan on making a trip up there for a couple of spots. But yeah,
very nice.
And so my parents decided now was a great time to move and sell their house and buy a new place and have people over for their house because whatever. So they were going through the attic and they found the old Commodore 64.
Oh, that's where that came from. I saw the pictures in Slack, right? Okay.
Yeah, so that was the first gaming system that I had, and I was just kind of going through some of the games, and it's funny, just kind of like I always remember Ducks Ahoy. That was always one of my favorites, and then I'm like, oh, I remember this Cocoa Notes game, which was like fun. And then there was like, I saw the Seahorse one. I'm like, I remember the cover for that one, but like, I saw like I just started YouTubing videos on that one too, and that was I'm like, oh, I remember this game now, and like you kind of remember the music and like little animations too. But Up and Down, which is one of my actual arcade games I have, that was where I first played that and really fell in love with that game. And then I found this game. I remember the first time I went to Fun Spot. That game Kickman. I don't know if everyone's probably played it here. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of fun. And like for all I knew, it was like, oh, this is the first time I ever played that too. I was looking through my collection. I actually had that for the Commodore 64. I have no memory of playing that, but I'm like, damn it, I had to have because I probably had about 20 games, and I'm like, oh, that's probably why I remember like liking this game so much when I actually started playing. I probably played it a bunch as a kid, so it was kind of fun going down memory lane and looking at some of the different titles. Like there's like 3 or 4 titles like, oh, I know I had that, like that the Three Blind Mice game was a lot of fun, or Rat Race, whatever it's called. I'm like, oh, and then you kind of go through some of the titles like, oh, I remember this, I remember that one too. So Popeye, there was a bunch of like, that was actually going to be one of my ideas for one of the Fun Spot tournaments, maybe do like have like a mini tournament of games that were either then made for the Nintendo or then made for the Commodore 64, because there was actually a lot of them that were out there. Like Popeye I played on the Commodore 64.
Yeah. Do like a console port?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like a 3-game mini tournament on that too. Like they used to be like the old Bronze Age or something like that too.
That's cool.
There's a lot of options to choose from. So yeah, it was kind of fun going down memory lane. Although I did sneeze the whole freaking day because I think that was up in the attic for probably 25 years or whatever the case may be. So
did you fire it up? You gotta get it rolling, and
I have everything except I have the RFU that it came with, which kind of just it wasn't the strong one. We're just kind of manually connected. It was like a loose wire, but they do sell one that will connect you to the television. So I ordered one of those. So once that comes in,
It's like
I'm going to fire it up.
HDMI or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It'll connect right to the screw in the back of the TV, and my TV in the basement.
Right.
That's how I have the top load Nintendo connected to. So I'm going to fire that game up there too. Yeah, but I got it. Should be working. I mean,
so it goes into coax, like the old screw in. Coax.
Yes, it goes in the screw. Yeah, the old thing used to just attach it to it, but this I'm going to get something that will actually you'll screw in to that too, and then hopefully that'll work. And I'll maybe have little.
Did you know it was up there? Did you forget about it? Did you even know it was?
I knew it was somewhere in the house. I just I had I have a bunch of a couple of years ago. Well, actually, when I moved into this place, they gave me all the He-Man and Transformers and all the old toys and GI Joes that I had from there, and I put them up in my attic. But they said, "Oh, we're bringing this." They came up last Saturday because they weren't having open house, but they had like 20 people coming into the place to look at their place, and they wanted a place to stay. And they we're going to bring this up here too. And they brought up here on early this week for something. What the hell? Oh, my dad had to come up. Oh, they came up for the inspection because they're going to be moving not too far from me. So that was that was nice.
Visionaries? Do you have any visionary toys in there?
No. I only have I don't have those. I don't know where those are.
I still need to borrow that DVD from you at some point.
I'll bring that to Grinkers next. If there is next time we meet together, because I'm assuming
next time we get together. Yeah.
Yeah, because they might be. Honestly, they're all in bags up there. It might be a part of that because I had all the toys, and I even had the big the motorized vehicle that had where you could pop up, and it had the fireballs on the back that had the hologram that had the fireballs that shot at it too. So like,
I don't even know what you're talking about. All I knew about was the figures. What they had a
yes.
vehicle?
There was a vehicle that the good guys had or it might have been one of them had it where it was just like this. It was like truck size, but it was very wide on the back. And then these little white, kind of like pods would pop out of it. And if you turned them around, they had a fireball as a hologram in the background.
Yeah,
and that
So you're like a firing fireball.
Yeah. So in the show, it would come out of the back of the pod thing and fire a fireball at them. So that was the big. That was the mechanized the vehicle that they had at that time. So.
Fucking amazing. I've never run into anyone else who's ever even heard of Visionary.
Same with me too. I remember we that was like last year. Started talking about you. I always loved it because it was Leo Rick, and I was like, oh, that was kind of like the first Leo. That was like he was the main guy. Yeah, and the lion. I'm like, this is kind of like this is the best one around. I think that there was a the Earth, Wind, Fire people. Earth beats fire, fire beats. Right. Wood beats fire beats wood.
Well, that's right. They had like the chest things too. That
yes,
spun around.
There was the Leo the pirate. Leo the pirate was a main character in there too. But what the battle bots or battle. Fuck, what were they called?
No help here.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about though. Yeah, there was like the elementals or something.
It was wood, fire, and water, and the whole show premise was like fire could destroy wood. Yeah. Wood could destroy water, and the water could destroy fire.
Yeah, so like Rochambeau, paper, scissors, rock thing. Yeah.
So wood couldn't destroy all of fire because then the water would be like, oh well, you're fucking dead now. So it was a weird and they made a cartoon out of it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the 80s. Trust me. It was something. It was. Yeah.
That was like very late 80s.
It was that. Well, I was
not too late though.
No, it was probably late 80s. It was probably 88. I was probably 8 or 9 at the time. I'm a little younger than you guys, so it was right when I was doing, really get into the toy collecting, or I was always into toy collecting, but I was, kind of hit me in that good time there. Fuck, what was that called?
IRC.
Paper scissors.
Nah, it's something like that.
No. But no, that
Leo's
was
describing it perfectly. Except for the name.
I'll Google it.
Come on, chat, help us out.
Oh, IRC. You guys.
Come on, Night Flyer, you're letting us down here, buddy.
Shit, I gotta turn Dragon's Light. That's too fucking loud, right?
Yeah.
I'm turning it down.
It's just giving me a boner.
I'm turning it off.
Battle Beasts. So Battle Beasts.
And now we know, and knowing is half the power.
Absolutely, half the battle.
Half the battle. Sorry.
Half the battle. God, don't disrespect GI Joe like that.
Jimbo, get in here already. Jeez. Come on now.
Has anybody watched the Tiger King documentary? I'll wait till he gets his headphones on.
Inhuman.
Battle Beasts. I just googled it. It
Battle
was
Beasts.
Battle Beasts. Yeah,
Yes.
Battle Beasts. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
So,
Salad toaster.
has anybody watched the Tiger King documentary, or should we wait for more
Oh.
people to come up for that?
You
My
know-
wife did. She said it was awesome. I don't know. She goes, "You have to watch this." I didn't
It's amazing. It's so unintentionally, and actually, it's just funny, and some parts are unintentionally, but it's so good. I mean,
I'm
it's not like we got anything else to do.
First episode and a half in, so that's as far as I've
Oh,
gotten.
it gets crazier. It gets much crazier. Like,
My wife was like I was like watching it, and she's like, I don't like, you can keep watching this, but I don't want to stay in the same room anymore. So she's got this thing about like, it's like,
I
all
could
right,
totally
fine.
yeah.
So I turn it off and put some Star Trek on. So
I totally get that. It's
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, it's hilarious. Well, in the end, you know what? It's just, it goes in so many different directions. Anyways, arcade podcast.
I'll be watching that on my own. But yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. How's everyone been doing it? I haven't. I talked to you guys a couple of weeks ago. Seems like everyone's doing okay after. I know when I came back, I'm like, oh shit, I pretty much stayed in my house for like 2 weeks because I'm like, I flew to LAX. I'm like, oh shit, great time to be flying back from LA. But
yeah, same thing. I haven't been to my office except to pick up my computer and my notebook once, but that was like in the middle of the night when no one was there. But like ever since I got back from LA, I've been at home. So this is like the end of week 3 for me.
Nice. Yeah, where our company is work from home for the foreseeable future. So yeah, or for at least the next couple of weeks, and I think probably longer than that. But yeah.
Yeah, we got a May 1st anticipated return. So originally it was just going to be March, and then I can't even remember what the hell month it is anymore. Seriously, I was at the grocery store today, and I'm like, oh, this expires on April 17. Has it already expired? I'm like, oh no, wait, we're only in March. It says that March is taking like about 3 or 4 months long.
Oh god.
I know. Yeah. But then they extended it to say May 1st, but we'll see. Especially since some of the schools around here have said they're done for some of the schools came out and said they're not going back until sometime in May, and then other ones have said we're not coming back. And I think it's likely to go that way. So we'll probably
I would think almost all school systems. I mean, maybe like some ones in like smaller states could maybe go back, but like if you're in New York or California, like why the fuck are you going back? Like no.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think they just said like May, it won't be any sooner than May 7 or whatever it is, just so that the parents didn't jump off the ledge. Because I know that like one of my staff members who has 2 small children, and oh my god, I feel for her because she's already not like, oh, I sure wish I could stay home and raise my children. Like she after she had her babies and she was like, all right, getting back to work. So I feel for her because I think she has like a 2.5 or 3-year-old. Well, she's starting potty training with one of them. So when do you potty train? Like around, toddler.
When you put the frog on the wall, right?
Yes, exactly. When you put the frog on the wall. Oh my God, I should send her that picture. So so she has one that's not potty trained yet entirely, and then one who's like in kindergarten-ish.
And you're playing with fire with a kid in kindergarten too, so yeah.
Oh my god!
If you ever want to buy a kid, like when this whole thing is over, like make someone an offer. Like you never know.
Yeah, well, and there's going to be a lot on the market too, because all the people are, we're going to have this baby boom in 9 months. And there's a condom shortage, so because people are fucking hoarding the condoms.
Yep.
Did you hear that? Some guy got
toilet paper.
Yeah.
So are you guys do you guys there's a couple of restaurants around here they're saying there's all takeout now too. If you order $50 worth of takeout, they'll give you a roll of toilet paper.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, we have
that's funny.
There's a place by me who was doing that, but they ran out of toilet paper. They're like, we'll have more toilet paper next week. They're offering like 6 rolls, which is probably too generous, they've learned. But they were offering 10% off in lieu of since no toilet paper. And I actually did that yesterday. I was like, I have enough toilet paper, so I'll take the 10 rolls off, despite being a girl and the fact that we go through lots of toilet paper. Jim's lucky I'm not there. Just saying.
The Oriental Theater that is just down the street. That's where I went and saw My Life with a Thrill Kill called. I've done like a couple of videos. Like the nights I wasn't actually able to make it to the show, going to see shows live, was at the Oriental just up the street. And yeah, their marquee right now says, "Sorry, we're closed due to lack of toilet paper."
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
They have a sense of humor.
Winning.
They do have
Yeah.
totally.
Oh,
Yeah. No, it's
So
good.
how many rolls are you guys down to? I mean, are we doing a toilet paper count?
I got.
Is it an
I'm
emergency yet?
I'm doing pretty good because it's just me. It's just me here.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
pretty, like, I'll just manage it out. So yeah.
See,
Oh.
Seabar's down to a half a roll apparently.
I got 4.
You got 4? Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, I got like a dozen or
24
so.
pack because I'm not a moron and I bought
Is that your cleanup one
yeah.
by the desk?
Yeah. What else do you think I've been doing for the last week and a half?
Yeah.
that's actually an awesome. That's kind of a fun little poll. I'll have to maybe put that up on Facebook. Like, okay, how
Yeah.
many rolls does everybody have?
What's our roll count?
I have a lot.
Everybody roll it out.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I shop at Costco and had gotten, and so I normally have some. I was getting lower on my Costco count, but I mean, with just me, I think I probably have, I don't know exactly, probably a dozen, 16, enough.
I think I'm in the 40s or 50s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're solid like me. So we just did a Costco run this morning, so we got a 30 count.
Oh, wow. You actually got toilet
Got
paper.
some this morning, no problem. Yeah.
Nice.
There was someone. I was at the store today. There was someone in the Wegmans. I didn't
Yeah.
buy any, but
I have not seen toilet paper in the stores ever since this has happened. I've not needed to buy any, but I walk through the paper aisle and I have never seen a roll of toilet paper available. And I have also not found eggs except in a little bitty bodega. And it's like, who knew that pandemics made people want to eat a bunch of fucking omelets? Right? Like all of a sudden there's no eggs. Why are there no eggs? I don't
That's
understand this.
perishable shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
People
you can't-
should not
you
be
can't-
grabbing
you
the
can't hoard
perishable
it.
stuff.
Yeah, like
You gotta eat eggs.
you got to eat eggs. I mean, is
Powdered
it,
eggs.
the only actually it's funny that you say that,
Powdered
Seabart.
eggs.
The only thing that they had at the store, I ran to the New Leaf Market, which is kind of like a Whole Foods ish, because I was in the hood today, and so I was joking that they're so out of eggs they've even been out of eggplant. But New Leaf had eggplant, and I went to check the eggs, still no eggs, and the only thing they had were vegan eggs.
You can't make pancakes with eggplant.
What?
Yeah, I know. And so somebody was like, "Is this where the are the eggs?" And he's like, "We're out, but we have these." He's like, "They're actually not too bad. They're made out of powder." And like, she's like, "I'm not that desperate
Yeah,
yet."
you just add eggs and it makes eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Powdered eggs,
You
yeah.
just add the yolk
That's
and you
awesome.
add the white shit.
yeah, just
All right.
yeah.
Where it's the Stephen Wright joke I'm thinking of. Does anyone ever watch Stephen Wright?
Yeah, love Stephen Wright.
He goes, "I bought powdered water, but I didn't know what to add." It's such an old joke. I love that. I was
That's
I haven't heard
funny.
He
that
did the
one.
same thing too, like where he has the glass on stage. He's like, "I made this myself. One glass of H, 2 glasses of O."
Oh,
I love
nice.
Drinks his water.
I loved him. I mean, he's
Yeah,
probably
Stephen
still
Wright.
alive, but when he was popular, I don't know if he's still alive. I'm sure he is, but
Yeah, vegan eggs. That's called.
Yeah. Jim must be
Water.
running late because he's at the gym.
Jim's at the gym.
Yeah, Jim's at the
the
gym.
gyms are all closed
believe
here.
it.
Is
Right
his
before-
gyms
Yeah, they're
open?
closed.
No, they're closed there too. That's hence the
Oh.
joke, because he's always late because it's like, oh, I wanted to run to
Oh,
the gym
okay.
first, so he's probably in his bedroom doing the push-ups and the
So he's got a
the
sign
belt
on his
and all
door
that.
that just says "Gym."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Spelled with a
Yeah.
Jim's gym.
Jim.
Night Flyer says the other water is on the same shelf as organic water.
Yeah, organic water.
Oh my God. Yeah, I want the pasture raised.
The free range water.
Yeah, exactly. The free range, humane, certified
Yeah.
humane.
People started buying tons of water when this first happened too, and I'm like, Julie, we have great tap water here. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, we don't need to buy a shitload of bottled water. What do you think's going to happen? We're not going to have any water? Our
Yeah.
water's delicious.
If
People
the
panic.
water's out.
Yeah, that was
and
the.
the
I asked
the
that
water-
question
out,
last week.
Yeah,
The water goes out. I mean, this is gonna get to.
it's Your
Get your
problems are
guts
bigger
out.
than that.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Yeah.
you're no longer getting water out of your tap,
Yeah.
we're actually at the apocalypse at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You might as well just start drinking the booze because
Yeah.
that's all you're going to want to drink anyway.
There's gonna be no water in the tap, and all the toilets are clogged because of the excess toilet paper everybody has.
Well, it's not,
They
you
run out of
know,
water when you start drinking your Bud Light, Dave.
yeah, it's not even the excess toilet paper. It's because people are buying the flushable wipes and other things that aren't actually flushable, and they actually are
get the
clogging up.
sewage all screwed up. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been these PSAs saying, "Oh my God, people, they're not flushable. Don't
Get a
like,
little bucket, put it by the toilet, dump it in there. Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
exactly.
TJ style.
Yeah, and people using paper towels because they can't buy toilet paper.
Oh,
And they're flushing it.
Yeah, and they're flushing it, and it's not breaking down.
Awesome.
Or those sanitizing wipes.
Awesome.
They'll be like, "Oh, I'll throw that down the toilet
That's awesome.
too." Yeah, they've been doing like daily PSAs, like don't because it's fucking up the sewer system.
Gak, what game is that? Just out of
Yeah,
curiosity.
I was gonna ask
That's
that too.
Pon Poco.
Oh,
Hide
my
the
God.
carrot.
Yeah.
it looks
Not
like
too long
Bubble
ago.
Bobble, like the carrots there and stuff like that. But
Yeah, you can't. I don't think you can jump over the evil characters that are.
It's called sit on a carrot.
Yeah, exactly. So you just have to
Sounds
like
like
get
fun.
out of their way. You can't jump over them.
They don't ride. They don't go up and down the ladders, right?
No.
Oh, I see.
This
Or
one,
they
my
go
buddy
across gaps.
Adam G picked this up for me because it's in a thief cabinet, like an actual. Originally, oh shit! I just screwed this
Steal
up. I'm
the
not gonna.
carrot.
So you can't jump over them.
So you can't do anything there, huh?
Yeah, how?
No,
how-
you have to.
get to
You
the
have to
ladder.
get to this ladder.
Yeah,
Oh.
the race to it. Oh, geez.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so if
You'll
you
be
get
ready.
distracted at the beginning of that level, you're screwed.
That's why
Oh,
Gak
shit.
is so serious
Oh,
with
too
his voice
far.
right now. He means
Yeah.
business. It's like,
Oh,
shut up,
shit.
let me play this
Those
game.
are
It
big
starts shooting up.
cherries. Look at those things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice set of cherries. Yeah.
You pretty much got to start running right away. Yeah,
Those are some
Oh,
monstrous
those
cherries.
are- yeah,
Those are
those
monsters.
it's a pretty
Cherries.
freaking hard game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen this one.
Hmm.
In the wild. or-
I tried to demo it a little bit one night. I don't know,
Yeah, I remember
a couple
this.
months back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Do you
pretty
have
brutal.
to get everything, or do you have to get the cherries?
I think you have to get all the fruit. You don't have to get the mystery things. That's just like bonus points.
Yeah.
And sometimes it has the evil
Bonus.
snake or whatever it is there.
Like every time.
It's like that'll finish it there.
Yeah.
Ah, got it. Got it.
Yay.
I can't get
Next
this thing to
pattern.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get the screen to focus though.
No, it's a good picture.
No, we
Is it?
can get an idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Oh shit.
Gak just put his glasses over the lens.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
My
Yeah. We'll
Just,
probably
do
be bright
a
now.
cat- Cat.
iPad has our beer goggles on it.
Yeah.
Just give it a cap kit there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird there.
burn.
Well, the geometry looks nice and square, though. What kind of monitor is it?
I would fucking know that.
Can you jump from like
it's a
the level-
TV.
Yes.
Television set.
Oh shit!
Oh my God! When I watched,
it did take
I watched
a little bit
piece
of
of that.
adjustment when I
It's a
when I first
screen.
got it. It was super dirty, and it took some adjustment, but it looks great. So I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, leave it. you
I
know?
watched a piece of the Todd Tucky on Arcade Radio, and I was just blown away that he used the word monitor, not television set.
Oh, wow.
because he
Yeah.
normally says TV set. Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched
yeah.
it too. He was trying to play a video on his computer, like while they were talking to him, like we're all can see it and hear it.
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
yeah, I mean, he's just older, but he was nice.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
Yeah.
yeah. I only watched a piece of it, but yeah, that's. I wanted
Gak,
to.
is that character a cat or sorry? Is that like a?
you got me.
I caught the
It
bit
looks like a
where Todd Tucky
raccoon.
said that he went to
Yeah.
college with Bob Saget.
Oh yeah.
That was the one bit
Really?
Faggot.
Yeah, they're in the same class. They're the only ones to get like an A- in this production class.
Isn't it funny that Saget played the most wholesome father on
Yeah.
family television, but in real life,
Was
he's
a
the
dirty
dirtiest motherfucker you ever heard
Yeah.
him talk.
Oh,
My
yeah.
God.
His stand up was his.
He's-
was-
Yeah, he's
I like
just
him in Half
so
Baked.
brutal.
oh, So Mock, it was you asking if what that creature was, right? Or
Well,
it,
yeah.
it's a raccoon dog. I just looked it up.
Raccoon
Really?
dog.
Yeah, the player
Well,
controls
of
a
course.
tanuki, or Japanese raccoon dog that can climb
Oh.
ladders, walk across platforms, and
Isn't that what
jump over
Mario
deadly
wears?
apple cores
Yeah,
and
Mario
gaps.
has a Snooki suit.
Mario 3,
Tanuki
right?
suit. Yeah.
Yeah, because he jumps odd. Like he jumps like his belly just
Mhm.
pops up. Like
Yeah, and
he's
his tail
like
like
he's
wags.
sucking in his gun. Like he's sucking in his gut or something. It's weird. Yeah.
Just his
That's
chest
because
out.
there's
I wish
a
I could
hot
do that.
girl raccoon dog walking by.
Yes,
That's why.
exactly.
Watch me, baby. I'm gonna get you all these fruit.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Check out my fruit.
Actually, it should be the quarantine version where he's grabbing toilet paper and sanitizing
Yeah.
wipes
Exactly.
and eggs, apparently.
So
Eggs.
Fuckers.
Patty went to Costco a couple days ago to get toilet paper for her mom because she's out. And apparently they're really organized over there now. Well, at least ours is, where when you go get a cart, there's a person there that works at Costco that pulls the cart out. He's wearing gloves and everything, and disinfects the entire cart, wipe down, the main
Wow.
parts that you're going to touch, and then hands you the cart. Then you go
wow.
through.
Yeah.
That
They no
happens-
longer
they
no
wait-
longer take
Oh,
your
shit.
receipt and hold it. They just look at
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
And when you get to the paper, to the toilet paper, there's a man standing there and then hands you one. You get one per card per day.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're really, and she said there's like pallets of them, so they had them there.
Yeah, again,
But-
this morning I had no problem.
Yeah,
Toilet
so I
paper
think
at
I
Costco.
think it's better that they regulate it that way. That way there's no panic,
For
and
sure.
everybody gets
Yeah.
one because they have a ton of them there usually. So it's just a
Right.
matter of just keeping.
Yeah,
it.
people
I wish
not
they did
buying
that
it for a
earlier,
year.
but they just let anybody buy whatever. But
Yeah.
I think
I think it'll level
down.
out pretty soon. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
another
it
week or
has
two.
to.
I mean,
Yeah,
they did have the
that's-
thing where like they're not taking returns on toilet paper anymore, which means like,
Oh yeah, or hand sanitizer. Yeah,
Fuckers.
Yep.
it's like fuck you.
Serves you right.
You're not getting fucking returns in this.
they
shit.
shouldn't be able to return it
Yeah.
for doing that. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Assholes. Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
So Gat, can you fall down one level safely? Or
No,
does-
you
No,
die.
you'll die.
He just did it and he
You'll
died.
Yeah.
So that question mark thing that's over there on the right has a thing. I don't know if I can jump this guy. Oh, I did. I got it.
Nice.
Okay.
So Steve, you should load this up on MAME and be playing it with him.
There we go.
That's what he's doing right now. That's why he's muted.
Shit. I didn't see he was gone.
So earlier today, I'll say in arcade news. Oh, Mock's not here though, is he?
Yeah.
On Facebook,
I'm here. I
So-
can hear you.
Paradise Arcade.
He's naked.
That's the guy who's also doing the arcade radio.
Yeah.
Brian Armitage.
Oh, Brian. Yeah, Paradise. Yeah.
He oh shit. He posted a picture of he's doing an art kit for
Where you going,
Chicken
Jack?
Shift. And he's also reproing the actual daughter card, the circuit board. So he's basically planning on making like a complete kit. Like if you have a Sente cabinet, you basically could, the idea there is you'd buy the kit from him and then you could convert it. I'm like, that's awesome. You know, that's what
Wow.
one of the things I was kind of hoping to do with the control panel. It's been on me though. I'm the one who's been slacking on getting. I was talking to this whole game about getting the direct art printing to the control panels I did.
The screen
See if I
bring
can
him.
try not to die. Oh shit!
Oh no.
Damn it! Yeah. So anyway, so we kind of messaged back and forth quite a bit. So, but yeah, it looks like he has the ability to fabricate a lot of sheet metal stuff too. But I was like, man, maybe we could work on some projects together in the future. So we'll see. Maybe something will work out. But I was
Cool.
telling like other kits that should be done, like Snake Pit for the Sente cab. That's a great game. If you have a cabinet, of course.
If you like snakes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
Is
shit! I think I'm screwed.
Chicken Shift?
Shit.
Oh, is Chicken Shift JAMA?
Whee!
No, it's
No. It's
it probably came out like a year or two before JAMA became standard. But it basically has like a daughter card that it's more similar to Atari System 1, I'd say.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
where it's pretty much the control panel, marquee art, and then a daughter card, and then you need a harness to adapt to whatever your controls are.
Gak, was he talking about making a multi-Balicente board that plays them all? I thought I heard.
I think that's been rumored, but that's not exactly like he basically said that he has a theory. He doesn't have the actual boards in yet. The prototypes are being made right now, and but I know it's the case with the regular boards. There's like 2 or 3 versions of the daughter cards, and if you have the one that there's like one that has 8 or 10 ROM chips that are removable, and then there's another one that has like 12 or 14 chips. If you have the one that has more chips, you can basically swap chips out to play any game in that. So I think that's the one he's working on, is the one that does more chips. But he said he has a theory on that he's going to test once he gets it. But you can't. I mean, the controls really aren't. They're so unique. It's kind of like Atari System 1. There's one game has a trackball and a joystick, and then the next one is a left-right button. So the games are different the way the controls are. So it'd still be cool because then you don't have to like source out all the different daughter cards and stuff, but you'd still need to have individual control panels to swap out, unless you want to have this crazy mock control panel.
Hey. I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
Hey, Mock, look at this. Look what showed up.
Oh, look at that! Nice.
Oh,
Hey,
what the
that was
hell?
quick.
Yeah, for my this backlit that goes in where the bill validator normally would.
Oh, you're number 649,
Yes.
dude.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was debating on that, and then after I thought about it, I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, because like otherwise it's just a plate that sits over
It's
that.
just a flat plate. Yeah.
It comes with a piece of clear Lexan, to protect it, and then pretty straightforward. And
So they can't poke it.
and my Monday, my Pin Stadiums are supposed to arrive.
Ah,
Ooh.
Pin Stadium.
You
I'm
might
gonna light that
talk-
sucker
so-
up.
So I talked to.
I'm not so crazy.
I told you on Tuesday, I'm like, I might be eating my own words. Yeah. But
Well, that's awesome, Jim.
I played a bunch of games, and actually I just checked the audit right before I recorded my stuff earlier today, because I want to know how many games I had put on it, and it's approaching 100 already.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, easily. Yeah.
So I ordered I talked to the guy's name is Scott that makes them on Pinside, and I basically just posted because I'd done a Google asking for or seeing if there are any coupon codes, because I know that they do promotions and stuff, and so I couldn't find any that were working, any current ones, and so I just posted in the thread. It's like my second post ever, and I'm like, hey, are there any anyone have any current discount codes or whatever? I'm thinking about,
I've done that. Ask for is there anything?
I'm considering
around?
I'm considering getting this for my Wonka LE, in parentheses, my first pin, blah, blah, blah. Right away, he PMs me, and he's like, hey, congrats, blah, blah, blah. Here's I just whipped up a custom code for you to use for $30 off or whatever. I'm like,
Awesome.
all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I got the, I didn't realize
Really
they had
cool.
yeah, he like was very responsive because I had questions, and I ended up getting what are they're the Omegas. So there's 2 types you can get the pin for the GI, for the general illumination. One is just Pin Stadiums, which are RGB and white, so you can custom using an app on your phone. You can put whatever color temperature you want in there to tint it, and then there's the Omegas. They're the same price, but the Omegas are only white, but they're blurred. So there's like a diffuser on them, so it's a real even lighting, and that's basically all I wanted, because that's why I ended up going with the Omegas, because I didn't want to put any color tint. All I want to do is just brighten it up, and I want it to be evenly lit. So he's like, for what you want, that's exactly the one you should get. Like I was talking with him, and
Well, that playfield's so colorful. We saw the before and after that you showed. It really makes a difference.
Exactly.
I think you'll like it. And if you hate it, you can always take it
Well,
off.
and you can
so what?
well
You'll
that too, but you can
sell it too.
yeah, and you can turn them down. Like you can adjust how bright you want.
Adjust
them,
it.
so that's-
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I want Keith to finish. Keith showed me mine, and they're almost all ready to go. He just needs the LEDs to.
I spent
pop in there.
so
I'm
much
like,
time
"Do it."
today fucking recording and trying to evenly light the playfield so I could take a really good still image top down of the playfield so that when I'm talking about my mods, I can illustrate where they're going. But it's so fucking hard to evenly light everything on that playfield without a reflection or a glare or
Oh, you're supposed to, I usually film with the glass off.
no, I did take that, but I'm
Okay.
just talking about in the clear coat. Like
that.
on the screen on the play field and stuff like here let me just show you. This is what I was this is what my setup was earlier, just like before the show, like just to and this is with the glass on because this was me in front of the camera talking, but like it's fucking nuts. And let's see here, where can I, like, here's my images of the play field, trying to get it like perfectly
Lit
I think
up.
I think that's probably the one I'm going to use there. But yeah, it's just oh yeah, that was from that was from yesterday with the glass off.
Did you like my tips, by the way? Just the tips.
Oh yeah.
In Castlevania, hey, they're real good tips though, right?
The one with I was like, fuck you, I don't get how this, like, how you're supposed to jump over the skeleton. Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was trying to explain it. It's hard to explain it in a text, but I'm like, I hope he gets it because he's a pain in the ass to fight. So it's easier just to walk past him and jump again.
Yeah, no, that helped. I was the last two stages. Actually, the final boss is easier than the one before it.
See, I've never gotten that far. I always get as far as Frankie, and then I usually die all the time.
Oh, the
on
fucking
the way.
Grim Reaper dude pissed me fucking off.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper kicks my ass. Yeah. And I watched your run. I watched the whole thing actually.
And his level is tough. Sorry,
I bet I put at least $10 worth of quarters in.
I didn't watch it live the whole time because I had to work, early. But I did go back and watch it from when I left because I wanted to see how you do. And you were really good with fighting the Grim Reaper because he's a pain in the ass. He's a pain in the ass anyway.
When you did the no-hit fucking beat on the Grim Reaper, that was like
very
good.
That was luck because like up until then, like I couldn't do anything, and then that's like something clicked. But you have to get like that double or triple so you can
double
throw multiple.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, the boomerang.
The axe is an effect. I like the axe. Yeah, the axe. Yeah.
For the Grim Reaper, I like using the boomerang because it usually takes out his sickles. Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I like to just blitz him with just an axe attack.
I would, now that I've gotten through the game, at some point down the road in the future, I wouldn't mind like setting a limit and starting to do that. Because like here, I was like, well, if I'm going to keep continuing, I'm just going to try to get through it. But now it's like, can I do better?
So like my other tip to Jim was the holy water for Frankie so he doesn't move. Throw it, and then as fast as you can, hit him 3 times and throw another one, hit him 3 times, and he'll never move. But the problem is it's really hard to keep the holy water all the way there. You die, you lose it. Yeah. But that's the key to that one. Same with Grim Reaper. If you can keep your holy water all the way to the Grim Reaper, you can throw, I think it's on the left side. You just throw it.
When he goes below you? Yeah, when he goes below you,
you can just keep him still with the holy water and then keep whipping him.
So people just use the holy water for the whole game.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, even the last boss. Yeah, they do actually.
Yeah.
If you ever watch speed runs,
lame.
Well, even like the corridor before the Grim Reaper is tough too because they have the Medusa heads and the enemies there are.
That's tough. The only time I consistently, because they give you the holy water right before the Medusa, right there. And I think that's one of the
she's
the first 2 boss piece of cake. No,
Medusa heads that do it before you get to the Grim Reaper.
With the knights. That's Jim did a good job on that.
And once you finally figured out that whole thing of like all you gotta do is just stand and just throw your whip and you'll kill their axes. And as long as you just keep doing that, you're fine.
You just gotta watch for the Medusas.
It's like the Igors when they drop them from the Eagles, whatever. If once you miss one, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah, you always hit it when it comes down.
And those shits take 9 hits to kill. 9.
9.
Nine, nine,
Nine,
nine.
nine, nine, nine.
No, and the bit through the clock tower you were doing, when you were having problems with those guys, that's
I
the
was here
worst part of
nine,
the
I
whole
think
fucking
not- I
game.
think-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Like,
have
by
to have the
far,
clock.
that's
You
the
have
worst
to.
game.
You have to
Yeah.
have the clock because
Yeah.
they can jump through walls. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they
They're
climb
going
the
through, like-
walls. It's fucked up. Yeah.
yeah.
That is
But
weird
no,
in the game.
yeah.
At least it
stopwatch
starts
is
you
there.
right before the final boss if you have to continue.
Once you get there, it's like it's just.
and
gonna
the
push you
final
towards the
boss
end.
was a joke compared to the Grim
Yeah,
Reaper. I'm like,
for
Oh, Grim
what?
Reaper's the
It's-
hardest boss in the game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
The level, the getting up to the boss, I think is
It's like
more difficult.
Metroid is sort of like that, where there's like some of the bosses are harder than the end boss of the whole game to me. You know, it's just, I had a lot more harder time on some of the bosses.
As long as you have enough
I-
missiles.
I
for
think
the
I
end
only
boss,
beat
yeah.
Castlevania like maybe twice on Nintendo
Yeah.
way back in the day, and so like for me this was very new to remember. Like, but it was the final boss was easy to figure
I
out.
bought
like-
Castlevania the day it came out because I was so hungry for any titles for that system. So you know how you just keep checking the store and waiting and waiting. So my friend goes, "Dude, there's a new game, Castlevania. It has really good graphics." I took his word for it and just right to the store and bought it.
But you kind of had to back
And I
then.
was hooked playing that game. Yeah, it was such a great NES title when it came
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I
I'm
forget
still
his-
torn between is versus like. Can you imagine if they made a versus Ninja Gaiden?
Oh.
Because that game's
one hit?
ridiculously difficult too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, because that's all I kept thinking while I was playing this. I'm like, I wonder, like, I'm torn between this or Ninja Gaiden being more difficult.
That's I've beaten that one too, and that is
Yeah.
I think that one's more difficult.
In both games, if you get hit, you get
Yeah.
thrown backwards.
Well,
So-
especially the very
Konami bounce
end.
back thing was brutal.
The
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
end of Ninja Gaiden, though, if you die, and you know,
yeah.
it takes you
I've never
so
beat that
far
game.
back.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
on the
and
last
doing
boss.
those like downwards jump off the wall over to the side to make those little
To
ledges
hold
and
it.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's a
Yeah,
tough game.
and then they got smart and they're like, oh, we should improve his wall climbing stuff in like the sequels. But in
the
first
sequels
one,
are
you-
easy. I thought.
Yeah.
I've played
Yeah.
through 1, 2, and 3
I beat
myself.
I beat
and
Ninja
1 was
Gaiden
the
2
hardest.
before I beat 1. Yeah.
Same with Mega Man. I thought Mega Man 1 was the hardest, and the rest were pretty easy, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Leo?
100%.
I
Two
actually
was
the
one
first
I played first.
the
Two
first
was
one I
easy,
ever
I
beat
thought.
was 3. So
Oh,
first one I ever beat was 3 because the
Same.
first Wily stage. You know when there's like
Yeah.
first climb up the ladder and you have to use the item number 1 to get
Carrie's
across.
so bored.
oh yeah. The little,
No,
I know,
actually, I've
sorry,
been getting
Carrie.
no,
Or-
not bored at all. I've had nothing to do all day. Right before the show, I get a phone call from an old friend. I'm getting texts from somebody. I'm like, now everything has to happen now.
Yeah,
Like why not when
Saturday.
I'm like bored and like trying to avoid doing chores. So no, please continue. And I'm trying to wrap up all the
all the things.
all the things.
So
Yeah.
Well, and the
You have to
theme's
use
been
the-
like retro consoles here, so like
Yeah.
we started
you
there.
have to use the item that
That takes you up. The
Yeah,
little
so-
doggy, the doggy
Yep, the-
thing. Yeah.
Rocket
The little-
or Rush.
No, not the rocket. No, not the
No, it
rocket.
looks like a Tootsie Roll.
No,
use
Rush.
use the thing that has Rush was in 3.
Not,
Use
yeah,
the-
Rush didn't start in 1.
No, Rush.
Oh,
came
I
in
thought you were
3.
talking about
We're
3.
talking
yet.
about 3. Leo
Yeah, no,
played
so
3
we're talking
first.
about Mega Man 2. I couldn't beat Mega Man 2 because on the first Wily stage, where there's that big, you climb up the ladder and there's a ladder on the top right. You have to use item number 3 or the one that just has like the top that
Yeah.
spins across, and you can do 3 of them. But I didn't know that at the time, so I kept using the rocket.
And
jumping
you
on the
wasted
rocket
it.
and trying to jump to the top, and you
Yeah.
could come like
Yeah.
this close to it. So
Yeah.
I spent fucking hours just trying to like jump on the rocket, and you would come so close, and then like I could never figure it out. And then one time I was like I was using the spin top for something else, the item number 3 I think it is, because there's a wall climber, the rocket, and the thing that has like
As a
3
propeller platform. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can do 3 of those, and that's how you get
Yep.
across. But I only
Yeah.
thought it was 1 because everything else is 1. And when I
Yeah.
figured that out, I'm like, oh, and then I
you can do multiples of those.
One
Ding, ding, ding.
is
Yeah,
the
you just gotta-
loneliest number.
You gotta
no,
be
I
fast.
beat that late. That was like
You thought that was the hardest one? I thought 1 was way harder. It was so brutal.
It was I beat 3, then I beat 1, and then because I couldn't get past that one part, then I beat 2. But now, yeah, 1
4,
is the
3,
hardest.
2.
2, 1.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
so
9 and
I
10
beat
are pretty
2, and I
difficult.
love. I never played 1, but I bought 2.
Mhm.
I think my cousin had it.
Yeah.
So I went over to his house to babysit him. So like I beat 2 at his house over like a summer.
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh, this is an awesome game, but I'm playing Mega Man 2. I'd love to play Mega Man 1. oh, that way I bought it myself. Yeah, Mega Man 1's harder for sure.
It's
That-
so much
Well,
harder.
the rock
but
monster, or the
I
yellow
fell in
devil,
love with like
brutal.
the whole system on 3. I love the whole Rush Dog thing and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the
that
rebeating
was-
all the old robot
Yeah.
masters from 2, the Wily.
Yep.
Three's
Yeah.
one of my favorite games of all time. It's
I like
such a
3,
fun
but
game.
I think 2 was
2
my
and 3
favorite.
are my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, Andrew. I
2
like
was
2
a
better
big
than 3,
success.
but I like them both. I
Yeah.
love the metal blade weapon because you
Oh,
can shoot it
yep.
all directions.
All
It's
8
just such
directions.
a-
Oh,
It was,
Yeah.
and that was just like your go-to weapon. That's the stage I do first.
Yeah.
Even though I
Yeah.
used
Oh,
to
yeah.
do air first, but no, I
oh,
switched
I used to. Yeah, I did.
Everyone's got
Metal
their
Knight.
like their own path. To
Their
figure
own
out, like, the best
path, yeah,
way
their
to get
path.
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
The
I usually
code
would do
system
metal,
to
then
save
I
your
would do
progress is
air.
cool.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember jotting down the grid and red circle here.
How about that stage where you're falling and the beams come out?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Quickman stage. The Quickman stage. Absolutely.
And
yeah.
you got to end up stopping time so you get to the
Yeah,
last
flash,
part.
yeah. Which is great because that's the weapon that's good against Quickman. So like when you have to face him like square, you got to square off against him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when you face him in Wily stage, it's a lot easier because it takes half his life. If
And
you use
when you're
Flash
going
Man.
in fresh to any Mega Man game, I love the fact that it's all about just figuring out which stage you can get
Which
through,
one you should be doing first.
and then
Yeah.
you can get through it to like get the weapon, right? Like, but you can just do it with your basic weapon. So it's like I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
skill my way through this. I don't need a weapon to do it.
Yep.
You get the
Mhm.
pattern fast enough, and then you get the weapon. Then you got to figure out what that weapon works best against.
Best
that
against
guy,
other
and you got to
guys.
remember it for your weapon rush or your
Yes.
boss rush at the
But-
end.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and the boss rush at the end,
Sounds like a
exactly. You got to
retarded
remember that
logic
shit
to
so you
it,
know
too.
Yeah,
which
you
one
do.
to have.
Yep.
And
There's
make
a
sure you
little bit of
save up
logic, yeah.
enough energy for that guy and that weapon so you can fucking beat him.
And wasn't it? Didn't it blow your mind at the end of Mega Man 2, where you hardly ever use the
Yeah.
lead bubble ever, and then at the
Yeah.
boss, that's the one.
That's the
Dun, dun,
stupid,
dun.
the worst fucking weapon. Yeah,
And it's the only weapon it's good for,
Yeah.
really.
That's
I
the
mean,
Mega Man theme. Like in the
Yeah.
X series, the Mega Man X, the first one, the
the Super
weapon-
Nintendo one.
the shield weapon is great for killing the final Sigma, and then the hook one on 2, like all like the worst weapons is what kills Sigma. The
Oh, how
final
funny.
version of Sigma.
So they did the
yeah.
same sort of thing.
They
then.
did absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't play that.
See, I
I started
never
to play
played-
that one. Yeah, I didn't play it through.
I never played
X-
any of the X's really very much.
Me
X's
neither.
are really good.
Yeah,
X4 is a really that was the first one you could play Zero full time. You could play
Oh,
him.
you play the dog?
I've
No,
never really latched onto him
Hero.
either.
Oh,
I
just
think
Rush.
I'm just a lazy player because I didn't want to have to hunt around for pieces of armor. I'm like, I just want to get through this fucking level, find the boots or whatever. Like, I just want to complete the boss and get my weapon and move on or
Are you
whatever.
talking about like Mega Man or no, like a Metroid
the X
game?
series.
Oh, okay.
the X, yeah.
Metroid, you know what you're getting into, but then like if you're going from like one of the Nintendo like Mega Man 4 or 5 or whatever, and then you pick up the X game thinking it's the next one, and it's a completely different game.
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
yeah. So
that was my reaction.
Yeah, for those who haven't played, it's same Mega Man mechanics, but there are Dr. Light capsules that give you specialized boosts that you have to find hidden throughout the game. So that's something that wasn't part of like the original Mega Man series. That's in almost all of like, well, some sort of little secret, either some hidden boss or hidden weapon or hidden power up. Like there's I thought you would like X because it has the Street Fighter Hadouken.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Stupid, worthless.
But
I thought it was funny they put that in though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But
it was a
speaking-
Capcom title. Yeah.
Speaking
Yep.
of great versus games, though, like Mega Man 1, 2, maybe even 3 would have been great versus games. They made like a versus like arcade
Yeah.
version of those
Yeah.
games.
Yep.
They're super challenging. They're so pattern based, like a good arcade game should be.
The
mean,
Wily stage we were just talking about. I remember where I was when I figured out how to get to the dragon to eventually beat him to get by the.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember like I wasted
That's awesome.
I mean hours on top of hours because
Yeah.
you can. I wish
Look
I
at how
had
many
figured
quarters that would have like earned
Right.
back in the day.
out- I'd be broke.
Dude,
My
this
parents
is like a
would say,
money maker. We're like sending
Oh,
back.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like they could have done so many, and
Yeah.
and like in the
All they did
with
was Boss
Castlevania.
Rush,
There's
Rush games for the arcade. Actually, I think they
Yeah.
only made one.
No,
But it was
they
just the
made,
Boss
they
Rush
made
game,
two of them.
yeah.
No, they made two of the power battles.
Is there two of them? I thought there was just one.
Yeah, there's two of
Okay.
them. Yeah. And you can play because the first one you can play as Mega Man, Pro Man, or Bass, and then I think they might have the guy duo on the last one. I think there's a couple other ones on the last one too. Yeah,
I've played through it for just in MAME for fun.
it's fun. Yeah,
just
it's a
to
fun
check it
little
out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
the-
little story. Yeah,
The sprites are pretty big because it's just sort of like a Street Fighter style game in a way,
Oh, yeah.
but with Mega Man. Yeah,
yeah.
you just fight a single boss. It's a boss
Mega
rush.
Man 11 is a great, fun little game. Like it's it's the modern version of the game, but it's fun. It's got
Did you guys ever get 9? 9.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I go, 9.
I have
The 9. They redid it like
Yeah.
recent, like not too long ago for but used retro NES graphic style.
It was like
was tough. That was a
DS
tough game.
one.
Yeah, I heard it was really hard.
for the for the Wii. 9 and
The
10
Wii,
are
okay.
difficult.
I think they had it for Steam too, didn't they? No.
I think so. Yes, I have them.
Let me check. I have
it's a
Steam
fun
open
game.
here.
Yeah, that very difficult game.
I
Like,
heard it was hard, but I heard
It
people
was.
that like Mega Man 2 liked it.
yes, it was. I liked it because it was 11. Like I just said, I loved 11 but it was a modernized graphic. It was like the original 8-bit Nintendo. There's even like had a little flash when you knocked him down too. Like, but it was challenging. Like there was.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, that was a very, very fun game, and they had little mini bosses that were difficult too. Like they
What if it's
really
in the Legacy collection? I don't see 9 in here, but maybe they have a Mega Man Legacy collection. Does that have 9 in it?
Oh, it does.
might.
The Legacy Collection 2 has 9 and 10, and
Oh, it
that's
does?
available for all of them. Hold on, let me.
This is you can buy a mega pack. Let's see.
Hold on 1 second. Let me go find that downstairs.
The Mega Man collection.
Love that little hop he did as he left the room.
The
like, we're talking about
Legacy
Mega Man.
collection
I know
too.
this is like very exciting. Like
Yeah.
the retro
I know, I don't
console
wanna-
stuff is definitely Leo's jam right now.
Yeah. And I'm bored now, but I'll be quiet because when he comes
we're
back
almost
about being
done.
bored. Yeah, because he's excited and he hopped. Although we got to get him to turn his camera down a little bit so we can actually see more than like the.
Wilson effect.
Yes, exactly. I was trying to remember the name. Thank you, Seabart. Yeah.
I know because I'm in the middle of rewatching Home Improvement.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Such a
That's
good
funny.
show.
It
It would have been
really
cool
was.
if they did more games for versus.
I know, but like a Mega Man Versus would be fucking amazing. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that game like actually turned
Oh,
up
yeah.
to arcade level difficulty, which is already
Right.
fucking crazy hard.
Like 3 hits, you're dead. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because then some
Well,
of the
one hit,
like
you're
later
dead.
stages, yeah, 1 hit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a proper arcade game. Like you die by 1 hit.
Yeah.
Right.
So Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 has 1 through 6, and then Legacy Collection 2 has 7, 8, 9, and 10.
And that's on the PC or
It's
I didn't
no,
see 9 on there though.
oh, you're
Oh, yeah,
Nine.
It
9 and
shows.
10.
It says in the description. It says Mega Man 5, 6, 7, 8.
So
And that's it. And then it says test your skills in the new X challenge mode. So it
PlayStation
only goes up
4
to 8.
Yeah.
your PS4. So I know I had like a I think it was a DS version. It was like a DS or 3DS version of the cartridge.
Oh,
it had
okay.
like it had 1 through 6 or 1 through 8, something like that.
So,
It was like
so
all the
that-
classics.
right. That might have come out before. So 9 and 10 came out like 10 years ago, I think, or something like that too. So that might have, I know they might have done one just like the first 6 for the DS, like before that.
Could
But
be,
yeah.
That
But
was
yeah, no.
fun. I totally played through all the games on that, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god! I'm playing Mega Man 1. I'm playing Mega Man 2.
Mhm.
I'm playing
And-
Mega Man 3." It's like it was very exciting. It was like,
And you
"Oh,
couldn't use,
shit."
and on the new ones, you can't use the select cheat on the for Mega Man 1.
Oh, blip, 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 blip,
What's
blip.
Which-
select
for-
sheet?
So for when you
You
have
don't know about that?
when you have Electric Man, if you hit start select, and it'll hit the same person 3 times with the
Oh
electric.
shit! No.
Yeah, it's like unpausing and
fucking know that.
pausing.
Yeah,
And their weapon slowly goes through the enemy and it
yeah.
keeps hitting them.
So
Keeps-
every time you go back to
do
the
the
game, it's another
Master Blaster, you could do
yeah,
the same
it-
thing
it's
on that one
great
too.
for the Rock Monster. It's great for that. Like
The
there's some
cock
people that can't
monster.
hit the Rock Monster if you don't use that, but I mean it's really good. 'cause you-
Lobster.
You'll hit him 3 or 4 times with the same bolts.
That was beautiful.
I need some beer.
Hot lobster.
How did last night go for you, Mock?
Yeah.
I got pretty slammered. I woke up at 6 a.m. on the couch.
Nice.
Was there a fire alarm going
Oh,
off?
I was
Oh,
drinking
sorry,
that
sorry.
Peak Conditions beer, and it kicked my ass. It was really strong. But yeah, no, I fell asleep on the couch, and I was asking if Andrew if he's seen Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, I fucking love that movie.
So I do too. So
it's on my Plex.
So Stephen Chow, the writer director of that, has a newer movie called Go Out West or Journey to the West or something like that, to the West. Anyway, I was like, oh, I'll check this out. So I watched it and it's like, it's about a demon hunter, Stephen Chow looking. Might even be Stephen Chow, I'm not sure, but character like that where he's a demon hunter. But it was like tonally, it was all over the place. Like, is this a comedy or is this serious? Because it shows like kids die in it and crap. Spoiler.
Oh, weird.
But I'm like, how do you have a comedy when you have kids die in it?
Yeah. No, Kung Fu Hustle is like totally
I know
one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
So the first half of it was great. So I was like, then it was almost the same movie. So I'm like, go check it out. It's free on YouTube. Has a free area. If you guys don't know this, but I've poking around YouTube during this lockdown. I found that there's free movies with ads, and some of them you select don't even show the ads.
Yeah.
Oh.
So check it out. It's on YouTube. There's a free
bonus
section for free movies on YouTube. Yeah. And they're made by YouTube, and they're supposed to put ads in there, but I haven't seen any ads.
The day after I talked about the Never Sleep Again documentary and sending it out to Andrew and the Blu-ray, I realized that someone had posted the whole fucking thing on YouTube.
Yeah, some people do that.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Andrew and I watched some like karate movie on there once. That was really good.
Oh no,
that violent one?
What was that?
I forget the name of it.
That was amazing.
He'd punch people and their bodies would fly out with guts. Their heads would explode and
I kick ass for the Lord.
It was really violent, like super hyper violent. It was fun. Then they take a board full of nails and went like hit him in the head with it. And it stuck.
It's so over the top. It's like it's not even violent.
It's like a
anymore.
cartoon.
It's just so goofy violent.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon.
It's like it's no more violent than Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
with nails and boards and stuff.
A little blood.
Yeah, a little blood.
So
what are you gonna say, Carrie?
Speaking of karate, Jack Lick in the IRC was asking, anybody have any intel on when Cobra Kai season 3 is coming out? Because now would be an awesome time to fucking binge watch it.
To drop it, yeah.
Right? Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, I don't know when they have plans for season 3 or if it's going to be. I mean, I haven't Googled anything lately. That's about it.
How much
normally every year it's usually late April, early May that the seasons get released, but I haven't heard a peep.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Has it been a year already? Since season 2?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was a year ago. It seems like yesterday.
Yeah. Time flies.
Yes.
Except when you're in quarantine.
I mean, this says spring of 2020.
Yeah, that's right. You're not
running around picking up TVs. My wife's like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, I go, the lady had gloves on. I mean, she was like, she wanted me to PayPal her so she didn't have to touch my $10 bill.
Oh my God.
I could do that. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, no,
the
not a
car
problem.
next to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm not registered with PayPal with Facebook. We're doing this whole thing. I'm like, I can just give you the 10 if you want.
Yeah.
Hey Dave, I forgot I didn't tell anyone about our phone call that we had a day or two ago. Did anything amount to that?
Oh.
Did you end up picking anything up or?
Oh no, I have to call the guy. Yes, I looked at like a warehouse, and I called Jim because the guy had a bunch of Mega Touch. He's an operator. He had a ton of Mega Touch sitting there, and then I wanted to pick up a. It's funny. I go upstairs. I'm like, wow, there's a lot. There's like 7 Pac-Mans, like 3 Ms packs, and there's some really nice. They were nice shape. There was a Night Driver, stand up upright. There was a Centipede Cabaret, and then I go down, and then my friend's like, "Oh, I picked that guy before. He doesn't want to sell any of that stuff." So I go downstairs. I'm like, because he goes, "Oh, just look around." So I go downstairs and he goes, "Oh, I don't really want to sell any of those." And I'm like, ugh. I go, "How about the Night Driver?" "Oh, let me talk to my son." And then I go, "Well, if you're going to let the Night Driver go, if you could possibly let one Pac-Man go," because I was going to buy them all. And then it's in the same row. It's just in really decent shape. And I actually posted on Clove because it was one of the team molding. It almost looked like somebody started the team molding and then it ran out and they did another. But it looked factory. I mean, everything. And then Charles Klein in the chat, he had posted in Clav, he goes, that's possibly maybe where there was a rope tied to it when it was being moved. I go, I kind of like that. You know, I mean, because it's weird. It's a weird, I just was like, I know it's original. That's the only reason I go, did anyone else ever have a cabinet like this where the T-molding was like, you know, the seams were like in the front? Like, you know, someone at the factory went out and just said, fuck it, and I'll just continue right here.
Just started, yeah.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't stop me from buying the game, but I was just wanted everyone's opinion. And somebody else says, oh, they crack like that. And then, but I like the rope thing. I'll stick with that one. But, and I asked him about the Mega Touch, and he says, oh, I go, because I called Jim, I go, if I get this, can you fix it? Can I mail it to you? Like if I get a broken one, because I know I have a feeling he's going to charge me a lot for when it's working. And he goes, oh, you want those? Those seem to break a lot. I got a ton of the tube ones here. And I'm like, no, I'd rather have that. And then, but he has to check with his son. So I didn't pressure him. I'm going to call him back. I don't even know if he's going to let go of that Pac-Man, because he says my other friend, he's like, he still operates some of those. And like once a year, my friend who had been to this warehouse before, he said he gets paid like $200 a game to bring it to this one place that only wants classics like once a year. So he must just keep them all. And it's like every game he brings, he gets $200 just to leave it there for a couple of weeks, and then takes, and like, this is easy, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 for a day's work, if that's the case. But he kind of was like, all right, which one? And I'm like, well, it says, you know, it's the Pac-Man, it's got a Ms. Pac-Man board that's resetting. He's like, well, I've got a whole box of new old stock Pac-Mans. I'll get it working for you. And I said, well, yeah, just let me know if you'd want to sell it, because that one, it's just in real nice shape. And I don't have either or. I don't have a Pac-Man or a Ms. Pac-Man, so I'd like that. But I didn't. I figured I'll call him and ask him. I think the Mega Touch might be the only thing I end up getting out of that place, because he had a lot. But I don't know what he's going to charge if he wants, like, you know, $800. I'm like, no, I'll probably broker one for $100, and just it's worth the money to send it to you, and you save it. It's fucked. I go, keep it. You know what I mean? It's worth to send it to you, and then if you're like, yeah, Dave, this is garbage, then okay.
Well, I mean, unless the only thing that where I would be like, this is fucked, is if the touch screen is really shot to shit, because those people usually want an arm and a leg for, but otherwise, I mean, it's essentially it's a computer, or if like the IO board is missing or something like that. But like, really, I mean, you can get them working. It's just a matter of what's wrong, how many things are wrong. But usually, he
had a lot of them. That's why I was like, I called you immediately. Like, well, there's a lot here, and he says he's got more, you know, at the other warehouse. So I was like, the 3 or 4 that I've picked up non-working has been a fairly simple fix. One of the things, since they are essentially a computer, is that they're set, the motherboard's BIOS, if you know, that is set to power on boot. So basically, as soon as it gets AC voltage, the whole computer, the DC, everything boots up. But that's not how a normal computer works. So that's a setting you have to change. Now, if the battery on them dies, all those settings are lost. And so a lot of times what will happen is people will be like, well, I flip the power on. All I hear is like the bill validator. I see a couple of LED lights, but nothing comes up on the screen. And that's because a lot of times the battery dies. So that's, you know, one little pro tip. Sometimes it can be as simple as that.
Like a CMOS battery, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He was looking at me like, you're going to mail this to me? I go, well, he goes, just buy a working one. I'm like, well, it depends on the price you give me, you know? And then, but I didn't.
CMOS battery would be like 15 cents.
I didn't push him on it. I figured I'd call, and I have a feeling he just say he doesn't want to sell that. And no, I don't want to get rid of it. He might get rid of the night driver, but I don't
Andrew,
know.
what did it cost me to it was a lot less, because I had UPS pack and ship, and it was like $80, $70,
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, because they're about 68 pounds for those Evos. Yeah.
Although
my wife works for the airline, I get 70. I get 75% off of FedEx.
They did a shit job packaging.
Oh,
remember they put the base on the ground, and then they packaged all around it and the top. Yeah. So this was another one that, like, lucky it survived.
Yeah.
Thank God they built the base like a fucking tank.
And honestly, again, the only reason why I had them do that is because then I was kind of pseudo insured.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. But no, it arrived great. It's actually booting up right now. I was going to show it real quick here. Look at this. Yeah.
You know, it's the only thing my wife, when I mentioned, when I mentioned that, she's
My
like,
water.
I like those games, and I'm like, all right, then maybe this,
Beer.
I should.
It's booting. I was gonna.
Yeah,
mega
that's
touch
almost that's basically at the last stage of the boot up. It goes
Yeah.
pretty quickly, especially with the solid state.
Yeah. Well, I need to upgrade it.
You
Still,
gotta put
but
in.
yeah.
Oh,
Excel.
that's right. Yeah. I forget.
It's
For
still
some reason,
running
I
it,
still had.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there you
That's-
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yay.
there it is.
So, there it is. It's all happy. Here, let's go.
I couldn't believe it had that
Erotic.
software on
Look,
there.
we
Yeah.
lost
House.
Gak. Where'd Gak
One
go?
player. Yay.
Chris,
Naked
He's,
girl.
take out the trash and do the dishes.
Chris.
Chris!
But
I love the fact that we went to Nick's house. and
Ooh,
didn't realize
look,
he
Carrie,
had
look
all
at
the-
that.
he
Don't
had
change
all the
it.
naked
We
stuff.
did
on there.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I found
yay!
his Excelsior.
Look at that.
game.
I
Boobs.
remember this.
Boobs, yeah,
Babes.
exactly. Flappy labias.
Again, Andrew,
That's a
that
hot
game,
one, actually.
that game has the best music on of
Yeah,
any
it's
game.
really good
in there.
music.
You hearing it?
That's my ringtone. Is what
Yep.
you're hearing right now.
And
I shit you not.
Nick had naked games on a couple different systems there. At his
He
house.
did actually. He was surprised to find
He's
out
a
how
big
much naked
pervert.
games we found in his.
Yeah.
He's like, and I remember asking him too. It's like, do you have like the time thing where it's like only after like 9 p.m. I gotta turn this
Yeah.
off.
Andrew,
Only after, like-
here, wait.
What did he say to that?
9 p.m. He's like, I didn't even know they were on there.
Ah!
He's like, no, they're just on there full time. Like the kids could totally come out here and start playing the porn.
Yeah, it's pretty tame porn though. It's just nude,
Yeah.
nude people.
Oh, when we were kids, that would have been the greatest thing
I can
ever.
kind of
I know, but with the internet, it's like who gives a
Oh,
shit?
I know.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, that's- oh.
You kidding? I saw a
there you
girl
go.
hump a donkey. Like, oh no.
They were live streaming
so-
the donkey show. Huh?
Yeah.
So who gets that ringtone when they call, Jim?
Yeah.
Is that everybody?
Everybody. Yeah. It's just the ringtone.
So good. Yeah, I pulled the, or I had my dumped hard drive from my Megatouch on my computer, and it took me a long ass time to swift through and find which all the different sounds and stuff and where they were. So, because I usually have a theme. Before this, I had all Marvel Madness stuff. Now it's all Megatouch stuff on here.
I still would love to figure out a way to hack that in and get like our faces in the photo hunt thing.
God.
Oh, that wouldn't be
Or
I
Photoshop
could-
some of the
That's
awkward
gotta be
photos of,
doable.
like-
dude,
the
that
man-
wouldn't
the
be
man
actually
buzz.
that difficult because they're all JPEG images.
I know, yeah. So you just put scan the.
Just name them the same
Yeah,
and then just
exactly.
do your Photoshop.
If I had enough of those from that file, like I'd love to sneak those in.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I could make them.
Oh yeah,
Andrew and I could make them. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Jim,
seriously,
if-
like give us
Get
like a
people
few
that
weeks.
get
Five
people
items
that
that are out of
that we've
place.
been trying to
We-
get back on here. Put Brad on a couple of them.
We could have Brad on a few. We could have Brian Frober on a few.
You know what
we
would
could
be
have
funny, Jim, is if I send you mine, you put my head on all. If there's a guy
all
one,
of them.
if Julie ever logged on like for guys, is there a guy thing on there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's-
100%
yep.
there's guys.
Like-
and
my-
they
like
are
my face-
bad.
Like my face on
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
dude.
All except except
Fuckboy
for
Chad.
Fuckboy Chad is cute, but the rest of them
Yeah.
are.
We named some of the guys, and Fuckboy Chad's the one that's in like
Yeah.
the kitchen with the protein powder, and like
Yeah.
he's in like they only had
Half
like
of 'em.
there's only like 5 or 6 dudes it seems like,
Yeah.
and he's in like half of them. And
Yeah.
so like me and my friends and stuff were the girls are like, that's Fuckboy Chad, because I was like I'll start naming. I'm like, that's Eric, there's Chad, and then, oh, it's Fuckboy Chad.
Yeah.
I liked at Slick Nick's house how his tapper had the Simpsons characters on the
Yeah,
game.
the tapper.
That was nice. Yeah.
That was cool.
He's right,
Oh,
Tapper
yeah,
Ron.
he had actual Simpsons. Had that mod.
Yeah.
That was a
I
cool
did a
one.
Grinkers the one year.
I think they did.
No, but this had everyone. This had like it was better. It had Mo. It had Barney. It had all the
Yeah,
Simpsons.
you control Mo, right? If I
Yeah, you
remember
control
right.
Mo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Homer, Barney, the other.
Yeah, those are all the characters that want to be there.
My favorite.
It's really cool. Yeah. That was such a fun weekend.
That was a blast.
Thank you again to our hosts. That was a good
Yes.
time. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I liked
Jesus
all your
Christ, like,
stories.
I mean,
Yes, it was fun hearing him.
My God, like that was like the last event before this fucking shit hit
I
the
know.
Yeah.
too. So like that was huge that we were able to actually do that and
Pull
then
it off.
come
The
home
day
and-
the day I left Boston, the night I left Boston, oh sorry, the day before when they issued the state of emergency in California, I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
should I go to this thing? But I'm like, all right, well, I might as well. And like, Then I was in a comedy club in West
comedy
Hollywood,
store?
California,
Yeah,
which is
fuck.
like epicenter for everything. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Like
super tight close quarters. You get like
Uh-huh.
a table,
Little
this-
tables.
It's this big
Uh-huh.
around.
Hold
Yep.
just 2 drinks barely.
It's like a coaster, basically. It's a table.
Big around.
Yeah.
Oh boy! But hey, it's been 2 weeks since I've been there, so I think.
And you went to an
in the clear.
MMA fight where like people were bleeding.
Yeah, this it was a submission. It was a submission only tournament, but yeah, there was some striking, some palm striking, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's so crazy that we actually put that event together at the last before the curtain dropped.
Before the fan. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember waking up Tuesday to fly out, being like, I hope I get the fuck out of LAX. I got on an earlier flight just to make sure I got the hell out of
shutting down.
It was, yeah. No, even just me going out to the San Diego airport, and it was like, everyone's like looking at everyone else, and like people wearing masks, and it's like, oh shit's starting.
So weird. I know.
Yeah.
Great event though. I had a blast the whole weekend.
It was a very memorable weekend.
Good laughs.
Oh.
Yes.
Leo was on the Corona tour, says Necros. Corona tour 2020, LA.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think we had a single Corona beer that we should have.
Nope.
We could have, but we didn't.
No, I don't know. Drank all sorts of weird beers that whole weekend.
It was great though. It was like perfect. Like we basically did like beer tasting the entire weekend.
That's what we did.
Had so many beers.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like pouring like new little thing, and here's like a little sip, and
there was some big. You brought some big boy stouts too.
I brought the big stouts. Yeah, they were all desserts. So it was like bringing stouts.
But it was a great mix. Everyone kind of brought like
drink that in the evening.
Yeah, because I knew that Leo
after dinner.
I knew Leo and Gak were going to bring the big IPAs. I was like, I'm not bringing IPAs from Colorado, so I'm bringing the breakfast stouts.
Yeah.
Okay. Bacon and egg stout.
Yeah. and then the one beer that got fucking pierced by the goddamn.
Oh yeah, you didn't tell that story on the air.
Right, so I brought out a 12-pack of
Gary
beers,
doesn't hear this.
And it wasn't a 12-pack, it was like a 12 holder, but like I had probably like 13 beers in there. But like I told them when I was checking my box in, because I had to check it obviously to fly with it. So I was like, she's like, well, what's in your box? And I'm like, it's beer.
What's
She's
in
like,
the box?
all right, we will we'll take this, but we can't promise it's going to arrive in like
why
good
not
condition, right? And I was like, well, fuck, everything was like individually wrapped in plastic, and it was in a styrofoam container, like a 12-pack. So there was like tons of like protection. It was like, that should be fine. So we get it. It shows up in LA or in San Diego, and I was like, get off the plane. It's like in a box. I'm like, sweet. I'm checking out the box. It's not wet. So that means like, sweet, like the beers survived, like nothing like broke through the plastic barriers I put on it. And I get it back to Mock's house, and I'm like slowly pulling out the beers, and everything's like sweet, everything's good, and I'm pulling them out and setting them aside. We're gonna put them in the fridge. It's gonna be good. The weekend's all good. And I hit this one thing, and I'm like, there's beer everywhere on this corner of the box. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And in the bag. Remember?
Yeah.
You picked up because it was wrapped in a bag.
I individually wrapped each one.
Yeah, and it was filled with beer, like a pocket
and
of it.
I pulled it out, and it was like, here's a can of beer, and it's like the bottom is like filled with beer. It's like, this one exploded, but I realized, no, wait, the bag has TSA tape on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck? So I start pulling it apart, and I pull it out, and the can is sealed on the top, right? So like, the seal on the top of the can.
Oh, he dropped
perfectly
it.
solid. No.
And there's some PSA tape.
Yeah, TSA. Yeah.
On the side of the can, there's some TSA tape. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Maybe they opened it to sample.
No.
Dave,
what
show is this? Jesus Christ.
I pull the TSA tape aside. They punctured it with a pin to find out if there was beer, and then they put tape over the fucking beer.
Jesus.
Here you go. Enjoy it.
They didn't open it.
Might as well put chewing gum there.
Be like, is this beer? They're like, no, they pierced it with like a needle or something like that.
To sample it.
And then
Wow.
put tape over on it.
Shotgun it.
And then put it in a bag and then put it back in the box.
Tape
That was
it
the
back up.
only one they fucked with. Of
Yeah,
course,
why
it
didn't
was
they
like
just open it and dump it and then put
Right?
it in
Oh,
there?
what's in the box?
if it had shown up and it wasn't there, I would have been happier. Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
instead,
Yeah, they're just taunting
they
you.
opened up with a fucking
Yeah,
little
they
needle
laughed at that one.
That's
Yeah.
like an
Put a piece
that's
of
like
tape
a
on the side.
that's
of
like
the can.
someone wrapping an empty box as a Christmas gift.
It's so ridiculous. So yeah, so they
Stupid.
cut open all the shit and all the wrapping that I did just to get one beer. They pierced that one $15 fucking beer, and then yeah,
God.
and then punctured it, and it was like, oh cool. And I remember like I get it back to Steve's, and he's like, are you gonna drink that? I'm like, no, I'm not drinking that.
Because
Yeah.
it costs
It's like,
$15.
I have no idea though. Like, what's on the needle? Like, do they just puncture?
Yeah, what's
like,
on the end of that needle? I didn't
You
even
know,
think about that.
like-
It's like
like,
gross.
Yeah, was it like a shampoo bottles and whatever else they fucking decided to
Yeah.
pierce?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
you know.
I don't like
cocaine.
needles. Yeah, I don't like.
Right, yeah,
needles
yeah. It's like
at
a
all.
bale of cocaine. Like, oh, look,
Yeah.
sweet. And then they get in the
Who the fuck?
So,
yeah,
yeah.
who knows where that needle's been? Mhm.
yeah, because they use they don't clean the needles between.
The
fucking
junkies
beer
say.
things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
Something weird,
Oh.
a little bit
So it
different than
sucked.
that, but
So
something
that was
similar.
a delicious.
Oh.
That was a s'mores. So the beer that you guys
Ooh,
missed out on
s'mores.
was a s'mores. So it was like a s'mores
S'mores
stout
beer.
because that was my whole like theme was like the breakfast.
How can
thing.
I have some more of something if I
Desserts.
haven't had anything?
S'more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was this. So it was a stout with a marshmallow flavor to it, but also like a slight burnt marshmallow to it. So there was like a smoky, marshmallowy burntness to it. It was like a.
Was it
stout.
crispy?
Super fucking delicious. But bummed you missed out on that one. I wish they'd pierced one of the fucking easy ones.
Ooh,
that
I bet
could've
some like chocolate
sent
with
out,
this
but-
would taste like that almost.
yeah, little s'mores.
I'm drinking
there,
Irish
yeah.
cream.
I was gonna say, Jim, what are you
Ooh, oh,
drinking?
that's good stuff.
Just straight.
Yeah. Five. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude, this is a treat.
Oh yeah, no,
Um,
it's amazing stuff.
It's a the company is 5 farms because it's in Ireland. It's made. There's these 5 farms that make this Irish cream, and normally it's only sold around the holidays. And I was at the liquor store, and out of habit, I know where they normally stock this, but I just happened to glance, and here's a whole row of them. They haven't had them there forever. I'm like, what the hell? I thought you guys were out and you weren't getting any more because it was like a short, limited time thing.
Yeah.
And the woman working there is like, well, we found a case in the back, and so we stocked them.
Oh.
So I bought like 2 bottles. I'm like, oh my god, this is the best. Like, it's so good. I go
Yeah.
through it really quick, and it's just a treat. It is just
So it's like you
it's so good.
have it after dinner
What
and you
fruit
just
is it,
do one
out of
shot of it.
curiosity?
I don't even know what it is.
You just sip it? Is it a
Yeah, I
sipping?
just sip
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's like chocolate milk to me. Or,
Yeah,
or
my
like,
favorite. My favorite
With a
is
kick.
Usually Irish cream is pretty
like
low.
an Irish call bomb is one of my favorite. Like, I don't know if you call it a mixed drink, whatever the hell you call it.
Necro says it's tasty and delicious.
Yeah, delicious. Yeah. I had it at Christmas time. It is amazing. Yeah, it is. It is amazing. It, yeah,
you just
it
chill
goes
it, just chill
down.
it, put it in the fridge, and you
Yeah,
pour
it's
it.
super smooth.
Nice.
Yeah, I go through a bottle really quick, and they're like on sale. They're like $28. So like it's like whoop, there's $30.
That's the
But
one thing we do
it's-
well. Booze. Trust me. Irish
Next
people.
time when I go back in there and I fill up my little Maker's Mark glass here, I will look at see if the percentage is on the
It's
bottom.
probably a low
Yeah,
one too.
It's
like,
low,
it's
usually like
probably
30.
daily. It's just-
Yeah, nothing.
yeah.
It's not like
Yeah,
drinking
exactly.
cheers.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Which actually I should do that next. I've got plenty of never twos. I might do an old fashioned with the barrel gin
Yeah,
next.
I might do. I might actually have some gin. I haven't been drinking for a while.
Ooh, I've got
You've been good.
I
I've
know,
been good
I
all
gave-
week except for the weekend.
I have the
You have no excuse. It's Sunday tomorrow. But
Right?
I have a Hennessy, I think it is, gin that is really amazing. I wanted to
Oh.
share. I had a bit of it. My sister-in-law bought it for me for helping with the driving the cats out from Florida thing. But yeah, I was thinking about you and Jim, Carrie and Jim, about like this gin. It was like it's the botanicals on it are fucking crazy. It's just there's
They give you a semi chubby.
super floral. It's amazing.
Nice.
I'll
Hey, can you turn
guys a
your
picture of it?
Oh, nice. Can you turn your mic up a little bit, or
Maybe.
you're a little quiet?
quiet?
That's all.
Am I quiet? Am I being
Better. Oh, I like it when that big black thing sneaks up to your lips.
oh, it's so it's 34 proof.
34 proof?
34.
Oh, there you go.
Not
Are you giving
36.
us all partials?
Not 32. 34.
And I gotta take a shit.
Everybody's getting hard tonight.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like we're back in California again. All
Yeah, I
right.
know, yeah. So turn
Oh,
the gain up. You think maybe on the mic a little bit?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to hear you. It was just like across the board, you just sounded a little bit quieter.
Is this better? Or is that too loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you sound
Yeah,
great.
no, you're not.
So did any of you guys watch the that trailer I posted of the Color from Space or whatever the fuck it was, the Nicolas Cage movie?
Oh no, I want to watch that though.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I saw you post it, but
it's
I haven't
like
watched it.
so. Did anybody you guys watch Mandy? Did you ever see that movie? With Nicolas
I
Cage?
did not. No.
I saw you post about that too. That was on my list as well.
You guys didn't watch it? Oh, you guys gotta watch
Mandy.
Mandy. Oh, that one's just a trippy, crazy film. If you like crazy Nicolas Cage,
Oh shit, this is really light. It's only 34 proof.
Vampire's Kiss.
Didn't say-
Yeah,
Oh, you
it's
said that.
crazy
Oh, I thought
Cage,
you were making a
like
joke.
the bees,
Oh, yeah.
Mark, did you watch that?
It's like beer.
And I could
Not
just
for
pound this
resale,
bottle and
Tom?
not worry. Then, yeah.
What, Leo?
Did you watch that not for resale, Doc?
Oh yeah,
Super good.
yeah, it's really good, excellent.
I really enjoyed it.
I have that DVD. If anybody wants to borrow it, I can ship it off to you.
Yeah,
guys.
ship it out. Like just because I've seen it. So
Yeah,
like,
it's Leo.
ship it out
Yeah,
to people who
yeah.
wants it. It's really good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
fun.
I thought the guy from Salem really stole the show because with his stories and accents, but
Yeah,
yeah,
his weird accent. His
Leo-
weird
it's a
talking.
Boston, New Hampshire accent. It's a northern New Hampshire.
Leo, sorry, could you just tip your mic down or your camera down just a little bit?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
yeah.
There's your whole
And,
face.
and lift
We
your
were
shirt
just
up
seeing-
just a little bit.
We were just seeing your nose up.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what I really like is I
For
like
a
the
long
movie
time.
with the guy.
You're,
in the
you're a
Fort
Wilson
Salem,
up until
and
then.
Then I like the other
Yeah.
part. I
There we go.
like
We got
Sorry
is
about that.
the part
full body
with
Leo. No,
the
sorry.
guy.
Sorry.
This is the first time that we've seen Leo like perfectly framed.
Yeah, actually, nice.
Why didn't anyone ever say anything before? We always just saw your head.
We would always just
He's got
Can I
beautiful
say-
eyes.
Oh, thank you. But you
Good
tell it all
shadows.
the voice.
Hey, speaking of which, did anybody watch The Irishman on Netflix?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, we talked about that. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
I
that's good
haven't watched
too.
No, I was just wondering. I watched it the other day, and Robert De Niro's eyes were blue.
I
His eyes
know.
aren't blue, right?
No, that's contact. It's because he's trying to look like the character.
Yeah,
It's,
right. Yeah.
Oh,
it's based off a
okay.
true story. So.
Oh, okay. Or they changed his eyes. I was like, what the fuck? And I think so was Al Pacino, right? His eyes are blue.
Yeah, I might have. I don't remember if his
It
eyes
freaked
were
me
blue.
out.
Impressed that you know what color his eyes are. I don't know if I
Well,
would have been like.
De Niro definitely doesn't look normal in it. His
No.
eyes kind of throw you off a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
He looked strange the whole because they're aging him, making him younger, making him older, and he's
It was weird, right?
the shit as it is, and he's playing somebody. He's trying to go through a whole life, and they're making him older and making. It's just the blue eyes thing freaked me out because I'm like, you don't have fucking blue eyes. When did you have blue eyes?
It's a day. It's a lifetime from his perspective of an assassin, basically. Right? Kind of what the movie's about.
I've heard it's good. I heard
It's really good. If you like Goodfellas, you'll
it's
love
great,
this.
You know, I mean,
I-
nowadays it's great, but yeah.
Watch it in 2 sittings. Don't try to sit through the whole thing in
I
one.
did 3 sittings.
Yeah, it's long because it's like over 4 hours. So just watch it like 2-hour stints.
I plowed through
watch it in the bathroom.
Tiger King last night, and that's like almost like 5 hours. So we'll see.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Private eyes.
It's 3 sittings, huh, Dave?
It's
Yeah.
private eyes.
It's
clap.
one,
You watch
and then
it,
that's
you,
two.
and then
I
two.
know, but it's more fun to do 2 on the shoot.
Yeah.
Private
That's what she
eyes
said.
watching you.
Clap, clap. There you go. You got it. All right.
Action.
Private eyes.
Is that a martial arts
watching you.
move?
There's an earworm. No, that's just a throwback to fucking wrestling. The people's elbow. No, Leo ought to appreciate that one.
Oh, absolutely. The Dark Side of the Ring. I love. That's a great little docuseries. I love.
I just like the series. Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. This is Mega Man wrestling. This is right in my fucking wheelhouse.
I know. Speaking of
Irish
semi-chubbies,
Thor, like Jesus Christ, like this is
This is
Leo's like, if you guys talk like this, I'll be on every week.
visionaries. Yeah. I know.
I cover the glorious ladies of wrestling.
That's right.
Hey, hey,
Jesus.
keep
Glow.
your lungs
Listen,
inside
yes,
your
that
mouth.
was. I had fun. That was a fun show.
Yeah.
It wasn't
may need
brilliant,
those
but it was
lungs.
fun.
Yeah, it was a fun. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fun romp.
Yep, absolutely. I think you had brought that one up. And I was like, yeah.
I didn't watch season 2 though. I just watched the first season. So I haven't watched the second one.
I don't remember if I saw the second one or not.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was watching it with Taylor, with my daughter.
Now the season, some of the seasons are starting to come back on. It's like, oh, okay, now I got some shit to watch on Netflix.
Hey,
Yeah.
when's the boys coming out there, Mock?
I know. I want the
Yeah.
boys, and
Got me
it's gonna be
excited about this thing. Now
that's
Jones
gonna be
is-
good because they
'Cause
got somebody who
they
hates
finished shooting it.
Yeah, someone who hates was it Highlander? Is that his name or
Yeah.
that guy?
I
the
mean,
big
if you have
dick?
content,
Homelander.
now's the time to release it.
Homelander?
Homelander.
Yeah, Homelander has a rival, equal strength
Storm
as him.
something. Yeah.
So, and she hates it. They hate each other. So it's going to be fun to watch that. So
Can't wait.
I love that series. That's one of my
But they
favorite
they,
series.
they
Yeah,
finished
it's
production on
good.
it, so it should come out at a normal time.
Yeah. Everyone's a great.
I would-
All the acting's great in it, and the superhero stuff's fun. And it's
Well, I
neat
liked
to
how you
see
described
corrupt-
it before I watched it. Like I didn't really know anything about it. You talked about it, and then I watched it on the way to Grinkers the whole day. And I was like, "This is awesome."
corrupt superheroes. It's like led by a corporation. How evil.
Corporate heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you
led
would
by
get
Trump.
Nowadays.
That's
Yeah.
what it would be like in real
Yeah.
life, right?
100%, yeah. If there were people who had superheroes, yeah, 100% they'd be
I
corporate.
think when they tell the Aquaman guys, like, you can't go to the protest. You
Yeah.
got to open up Marine Land next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
It's going to look bad for your PR. Tries to save a dolphin and gets it mutilated
know,
in the
right?
street.
We can't talk about it, but like he's the worst.
Oh, yeah. He's
It
awful.
starts off as the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. And that girl's jamming in the fingers in his gills. It's like so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Remember that
Don't
part,
spoil
Dave?
it, but like, please.
I don't like that.
watch-
I
watch
know.
the
I didn't
boys,
like it
yeah.
either. It made me very uncomfortable. I wanted to leave the room.
He's mocked the uncomfortable man.
Uncomfortable, man. That cack.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard
Wondering
something.
where he
Hey.
is.
that's just my
Where's the
monitor
gack out
laughing.
He just woke up from his nap.
Yeah. No, I've been trying it like the last hour and a half. Every time I try this, it's operator error. It has nothing to do with BitKit, but I always have problems.
I saw you
Oh,
flipping it
man.
off repeatedly.
Oh, that was the game here. But no, I was maybe around 7 o'clock or so. I started tinkering with doing an update to my BitKit to get Crazy Kong added. And I was just like problem after problem. Every single time, it's just me. I screw up something, and it always takes me like 2 hours to do it. You know?
I'm just laughing because it's like your arcade games talking to us. It's like great speech on that board. You know?
Yeah.
Just like Gak,
Right.
very articulate. Yeah.
I gotta
Coming right
get
out of that
my
monitor.
BitKit is all fucked up. I gotta give it to Keith to reflash it because I did that
Yeah.
mistake where I didn't have the update where I turned off Nibbler and it kills kills the whole fucking board.
What are you
Right.
playing
Yeah.
BitKit
Oh.
on, Doc?
Yeah. What's that?
What are you playing BitKit on?
On
His
my
pinball
cocktail.
machine.
You have a
Cocktail.
cocktail
He's got a
table.
cocktail. Yeah.
So I don't have it flip.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It has a
It
Used to
used
be
to have
a
a
61
61 or something.
yeah. This is
He's,
60
he's
and
playing
one
it on
now.
his retrocade on his little 12-inch cabinet.
It's my only
Yeah.
semi-legit
Replicade.
arcade machine besides
Yeah.
Robotron.
It's retrocade.
Your Robotron's really nice too, Mark.
Oh,
I mean,
thanks.
I mean, that plays
Could be
perfect.
nicer. It'll have the cigarette burns on the,
Hey,
on the
Mark,
control
speaking
panel.
of
that,
Replicade.
that patina is awesome though. It plays
That
perfectly,
costs
it's all that
extra.
matters. Yeah.
It has brand new grommets, so it feels nice
It feels
and
super tight. Yeah.
tight. Yeah, it
Ooh.
doesn't feel
Dude,
loosey
And
goosey.
even like your complaints about the monitor being too wide, it's such a minor gripe. I get it. Like in my own, like you'd probably want to fix that, but,
OCD,
like,
yeah.
It's not. It's not.
It's not a game breaker. Yeah.
It's not at all. It plays perfectly.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So,
it's-
Mark,
it's my favorites.
Speaking of Replicade, now are we anticipating our Dragon's Heirs to skyrocket in value now that Ryan Reynolds is going to be endorsing it?
Yep.
I know. That's something
Dragon's
I
Lair.
was going to put in our news that Ryan Reynolds is greenlit to do a Dragon's Lair movie. And there's a budget and everything. It's like, what? I mean, he sort of does look like Dirk the
It's
Daring a
gonna
little
be
bit.
I believe it's going to be for Netflix, though, right? Straight.
Yeah,
to
it's
Netflix.
well, it's funded by Netflix. Is it going to be direct to Netflix? Maybe.
I don't
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it, but As
Yeah,
long as they
he's not
make it
gonna
really
be-
funny, I
gonna
think that's
change it.
cool. Make it a comedy and
Yeah.
the weird CGI.
Don't make him into a smart ass. That's not. Yeah, but I
Ryan
mean
Reynolds,
that,
yeah, that character though, like who he plays, he's always plays Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds all the time.
Video game movies are
always
either
done
really
Ryan
good
I
or
know.
Van Wilder's lair.
Van Wilder is
From
Ryan Reynolds
Waiting-
is
from
Van
Waiting
Wilder.
to Van Wilder to Green Lantern to fucking Deadpool. It's always been Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's kind of
Blade
typecast.
3,
It's
which
like-
sucked dick. Ugh.
It's like Robin Williams, right?
I
You're
like that
casting-
movie.
You're casting
Yeah.
Robin Williams. You're getting Robin
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
Same thing
But
with Ryan
the
Reynolds.
difference is I've seen Robin Williams actually play a serious role and
He
he can
can,
pull
yeah.
it off. But
He
yeah.
did that later in his career, yeah. But I just,
Yeah, what was that? What was the 1 hour photo?
One
That
hour
was
photo.
creepy
That
as
was-
fuck.
That was a
Death
good movie,
to-
actually.
Death to Smoochie.
Yeah.
Also, like
I
worked out
don't
of
like
Ryan-
that movie.
I wasn't.
I love that movie.
I don't. I'm sorry.
What's
Oh, we have to
the-
disagree on something. All right.
That's fine. Yay!
That's
Oh, good. I needed a reason to play this.
Robin
What's
Williams
the-
is
what's
good in
that
Awakenings. Awakenings is with Robert De Niro. No comedy in that when he
Oh,
played.
Yeah, true,
right.
true.
Doctor.
That was a good. Yeah, I
Or,
enjoyed that
um,
movie.
What was
Who's the guy
uh,
who that it was the pinball machine they did, the dude.
Oh,
he
Big
goes by-
Lebowski?
Oh,
Big
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
Oh,
Now
I love
imagine if they
that.
had Big Lebowski come out like a couple years before the original Tron, right? Like, would you have been able to see him as the Tron character? I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
Jeff
because they're very
Bridges?
similar in Tron. Yeah.
Well,
in Tron,
he does
Jeff
the thing
Bridges
that-
seems like the dude, kind of.
Yeah, that's
He
one of
does
the big
more in
complaints is
Legacy
they're
than he
like,
does in
yeah,
the first one.
He's
Yeah.
like basically like the Big Lebowski in. He's
Legacy.
But to me, like
Tron,
the Big Lebowski
yeah, he
is
seems like it.
That's
kind
one
of
of the
a
arguments.
slacker, drunk guy,
but
right?
but then look at him in
Starman.
not Star-
I know.
But like
I
in
was-
Tron,
No,
he's,
True
he's like a
True
computer
Grit.
genius, right?
Oh,
True
I
Grit.
love True Grit.
True
Oh,
Grit.
I
So,
love that
right,
movie.
so
I
that
should
That was.
watch
Did
it.
you see that, Carrie? True Grit.
Yeah, so you look at the remake
don't
of True
rem-
Grit.
I don't
That's
think
a
so.
great
That's a-
movie,
Alright,
and that's
the
on
young
Netflix
girl
now.
player-
And he was not the dude
Cowboy.
in that at all.
How about this? Here's the
No, he
crossover
wasn't.
with Ryan Reynolds, R.I.P.D. R.I.P.D. Have you guys seen that?
No.
PD.
So it has Ryan
Rest in
Reynolds
peace, Dick.
and
I heard of
the
it.
I heard of True
Bridges
Grit,
dude.
not that one.
So it's kind of like it has a feeling of Men in Black, sort of. It was probably directed by the same people, but they're like
Very Seinfeld.
they basically are ghosts that can take over
Yeah,
bodies or
sorry,
something
Jim.
like that, and they track
butchered
down
that.
these other evil characters in the movie. But the graphics and the theme, it had a very Men in Black vibe to me. But it's called R.I.P.D. Rest
I
in
remember
peace.
that.
I remember
movie.
seeing the
remember
trailer for it. I didn't see the movie though.
So
I didn't see
the
movie, I
Like
remember
ghosts
that.
fighting ghosts, like ghost
The-
cops.
the Bridges dude, the Jeff Bridges dude or whatever is his name, right? Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff
Yeah.
Bridges. Yep.
The person that everybody else sees him as is this like hot blonde chick with big boobs, but it's
Yeah, that's
like
right.
the actual Jeff Bridges is like a redneck cowboy with a goatee, like a all gray and everything.
Yeah, so they have to
uh,
jump into real human bodies to be able to
Ah.
interact in the physical
Yeah.
world.
So it's like
And then the
Shallow
Ryan-
Hell a little bit.
And then the Ryan Reynolds
Yeah, kinda
character
like that.
played like an old Asian guy as the human he played or whatever. It was entertaining.
Yeah. What do you rate it out?
I wasn't prepared.
All right, Gak, what do you rate it out of 100 or out of 10? 1 out of 10 was it like 5, 6, 7, somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably 6. Probably 6.
Not 10.
I know.
Not a
We have to make it a
10.
scale of 15 so he can say 10.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. There you
On
go.
a scale of 1 to 15,
No.
how would you rate it?
No, he
It's a
just
10.
keeps-
Let's
No,
turn it up
it's
to
a 10 on a
11.
scale
well,
of
if you have if you have trouble deciding, I can go like
Let's
Or
just
9.
go 11. Let's go. Let's-
Like an absolute-
I need that. I need that soundbite, Mark. I need that 9 from Die Hard. Yeah. I need to pull
So
that
like
one.
an absolute horrible movie would be like a 10 on a scale of 100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I need another drink.
Wow.
Rinky poo.
Yeah, so I just got Crazy Kong installed. It actually works. I tested it out. So that only took 2 hours.
Why do people want a Crazy Kong if they already have a Donkey Kong?
It's different.
It's not that
Yeah.
different, is it?
It's different.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I know, but I
Well,
like the
It's
weird.
crazy.
Why
It's
would
crazy
someone want a
is what
machine
it
that has
is.
Excelsior on it? You know?
Or
Yeah, we
would-
need Excelsior on all machines.
I know, but I would love to have all those variations of those, like the crazy bootlegs and stuff like that on my Donkey Kong. So it's like if you wanted to play Donkey Kong, you can do that. But like if you want to do weird stuff, it's like, oh, look at all the weird things that people ripped off, and
Yeah.
play like Big Kong and Crazy Kong and
Yeah.
So
Donkey Monkey.
I need to ask Crafty Mech about this, but I think he created something that was gonna like double the number of games you could have, number of ROM files on your board. Like the new ones
yeah.
already have that, I guess. But if you have an older board, there's like a upgrade you can get or something.
Oh, really?
Because I went to install it and it said, you know, all my slots were filled. So I had to, because I think I have like 32 games or something like that. So I had to remove one before I could add Crazy
Oh,
Kong.
so you have enough room. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
his bit kit, you can.
It's upgradable.
That's awesome.
But I think it's a physical chip that has to
Yeah.
be swapped or something.
Oh, okay.
I want to say he either can send it to you or you can send it to him and pay the upcharge or whatever.
Well, we know him, so we can beg him.
Yeah.
I just drive down the street and just give it to him. It's like,
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Yeah, hand it over. Here you go.
Yeah.
fucking.
Put the Crazy Kong on here, bitch.
I've never actually even installed my BitKit. It's like when BitKit was in the arcade here, it was like because you brought it.
I miss Crafty Mick.
Yeah.
I tried to get him to come on because I
No.
was chatting with him in the Crafty Mech Slack group, and he said he's had a really long day. His eyes are super tired. So
Well, the rest of him could have stayed awake though. His liver.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
We're gonna kill it slowly.
on now and the IRC. So
I
Well,
know,
what's that,
and
Leo?
I reached out to Idaho Farmer too, and he is not responding.
He has. I think he fell asleep in his chair because he hasn't posted in a while.
He's not
Yeah,
in the IRC, but he was in it earlier. So
He wasn't started.
He's still in the IRC.
Yeah, but
But he hasn't posted, like,
in a while.
since like an hour and a bit ago.
And Keith
All right.
promised to be on there. At least said that he could make
Yeah,
Saturday.
he says
well, so we
yeah.
met earlier. Like actually, Jim's not here, but I wanted to talk about the This Week in Pinball Awards.
Oh yeah,
Oh, all right.
Ooh.
that's what we did before this
Anyone
started.
watch this tonight?
Yeah. So,
besides
so did Keith
Emma?
get like his social out, and so now he doesn't want to join the rest of us? Is that what happened? Did you guys wear him out?
Well, I asked him
We
to
might have
come on
worn him a
tonight,
little
but I
Uh,
don't know.
He
we
said
need-
he had some work to do, but he had maybe could join late.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
It's already late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Especially for
him.
him, because he's
Betty
For Keith.
early.
yeah. The
No.
envelope says it's past his bedtime. It is past his
So
bedtime.
me, Keith, and Kevin, his friend and partner, and Andrew, we all went on Zoom and watched together the Twippy Awards, which is like pinball awards that they do for like, I don't know, best themed pin, which I think
The
Wonka
best
won.
theme, best
Oh,
design,
yeah,
best
no, we should have
toys,
to- we
best
should have Jim come
players,
back
best podcast, best.
Yeah, we didn't know if you think that would be exciting enough to watch, so we didn't invite you. It would be too boring.
Yeah.
I was too embarrassed to ask. I asked Andrew though. Yeah,
Yeah,
come
the
on,
four
join
of
us if
had a
you
great
want.
time.
Yeah, we had a good time and we made fun of people at the
We
show.
went for best
and-
podcast with the longest running, consecutive.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was best.
Podcast
There was
on
best
YouTube with
pinball.
girls.
the most
podcast.
beloved.
Girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
We weren't even nominated.
Yeah, by us.
Showstopper.
Yes.
No, this was pinball.
Most Bud likes Drake live on air.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
No, they had cool categories though, like best light show, how the lights move on the
Oh.
playfield, or they have best music. And the guy
best-
from Bare Naked Ladies did that category, which I thought was cool.
I like
They
how it
even
sounded
had-
like you were going to say bare naked.
Yeah.
Bare Naked, Bare Naked.
Naked.
And we had Sean Astin Green. The
Astin.
guy goes, boil him, mash him, put him in a stew,
Yeah.
boil him, mash him, boil him, mash him. Yeah, he was there.
I don't remember what award he announced for though. But yeah.
Best was he? No, he wasn't best music. He was best theme, I think.
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
best adaptation.
Oh, maybe that.
Because there was
it.
that the whole adaptation of like the theme to the pin. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Best
Mm.
toys.
Best
What was the
toys.
best toys? I think Jurassic Park won that,
I
right?
think Jurassic Park won that one. Yeah.
Yeah, with the dinosaur that grabs the ball and
Yeah.
throws it on the playfield somewhere
But
else.
I think
Yeah.
even though Jim's not here, I think the best adaptation from the theme to the pin was Wonka.
Yeah, Wonka
It was
won a
basically
bunch of awards.
Wonka and Jurassic Park basically were like going back
Yeah.
and forth.
Yeah,
all at the
winning
same
a
time,
lot.
right?
Don't get him started on Jurassic Park. Although it's probably a different version than the one that we
It's
saw.
the third pin made of Jurassic Park, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, it's been made. This one doesn't have any actors in it really. Like it's just based on the story of the dinosaurs and.
We played that at the what's the name of that place in the sushi?
Yeah, that
Korean barbecue.
I just call it the
Place, yeah.
Bulgogi place.
It's Ace Bulgogi. It's
Bulgogi.
AYCE.
Yeah.
Ace Bulgogi.
Yes.
So Jim, you'll be happy to know that like Wonka did very, very well in the awards tonight.
The pinball awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinball awards. Wow, how about that?
2019. Yep.
And so everyone's quarantined. So everybody filmed an acceptance speech and a I'm sorry I didn't win speech. And then they submitted their videos and they just edited it together.
Yeah.
And the hosts were
Funny.
both not in the same room. They both had green screens, but they put them together with the green screen effect. Make it look like they're
nice.
they always just pretend they're
Awesome.
looking to each other.
How fun! Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
This week in pinball, the Twippy Awards.
Twippy.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I'm sure it's on YouTube. Probably you guys can watch it. But yeah, it's super fun.
And best podcast went to Kaneda, who's everyone's favorite friend from Clav.
We should at least get a nomination. We talk about pinballs. I mean,
Right? Yeah.
we get a
Deeply loved in
nomination.
the community.
Deeply
You're
loved.
kidding, right, Mock?
Yes,
Nope.
that's
He's not.
I was gonna
sarcasm.
say. I'm like, wait a second.
That's
All right.
that's mock sarcasm.
All right, Gacky Poo, you got to get back on camera.
However,
Yeah.
he did win.
I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to your arcade
He is
cabinet anymore.
okay. I know people hate him on Clav, but I'll tell you that he does have a really good pinball podcast because he doesn't fluff shit up. He says it how it is. He'll say Stern's being cheap, Stern this theme sucks, or Stern fucked this up, or I love that. I hate podcasts that are all like gushy about everything. Oh, we love it. Oh, it's so great. Everything's so great. It's like, well, who gives a shit? I want to hear controversy. I want to hear someone get angry about
It's like,
Yeah.
Stern being cheap.
Yeah, it's
calling
like
him
going-
out on it.
Going to Amazon to like buy a new TV or like whatever. It's like you always look at the bad reviews first. It's like
Mhm.
tell me all the bad shit about this. All the people who are complaining about it, and I'll like put that.
Let
See
me
if
see
that's
the
legit.
1-star reviews. Let me see the 1-star.
Right.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
the bad ones.
Like in Amazon, you
Yeah.
do that too.
Who's it's like, who's
Look at the bad reviews.
and
See.
then I'll look at the good reviews. But everyone who's good, it's like, all right, well, you are just saying it's good because you
I like it.
$4,000 on this thing. And you're
Spent
like,
a
this is
lot.
the best thing ever because like I don't spend stupid money. It's like,
I
well, yeah,
know.
that's
I
not a
love
good
it.
argument. I want a legitimate, like, break it down, honest review.
Yeah.
I seen him.
And so
And that's
yeah,
what's fun
respect that.
about Kaneda. So,
However, like, yeah,
yeah.
he burned his bridges hardcore. on
so
Clark.
what's funny about this though is after they
Ooh,
played
that's
his
got some bite.
segment, they
Oh.
go back to the hosts,
Yeah.
and the male host starts ragging on him.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it. I can't believe he won this year. He didn't do that with anybody else. Just
Nope.
for that, he goes because he has his own podcast thing.
Well, and even
he's,
the
like,
girl who
being
was
total
doing it was, like
biased.
also like when they went back to both
Gotta refill.
hosts, both of them were like
Oh,
a little bit
sissy
like,
girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Not you,
And
but
he has a long acceptance video too.
it does. That's a long.
Which actually was
one.
kind of funny, but
they should have started playing some music like it's the Oscars or something to like. All right,
him
let's
off.
go. Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
chain comes
but
out.
they clearly submitted all these videos. This I don't know if any of it was done live, dude. I don't.
I don't think any of it. I think it was all pre-recorded. They just hit play.
Then they should have edited it down. Yeah.
They should have, but like the thing was, like I think they're going for the length. But I was like watching that the first couple minutes, and I was like, Steve, is any of this live? And he's
I don't
like,
think it was, and I thought it was gonna be, but
You thought it was going to be too, but I was like,
I think the whole
they
thing was
already-
pre-recorded.
In the first scene, there was like an awkward cut on one of the hosts, and I was like, that's not live. Like clearly, that's not live. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, so the intro video is not live, but I don't think the whole thing was live. I think it was just pre-recorded.
I think the
They
whole
just
thing was
played it.
pre-recorded. And they just hit play.
Yep.
But that's okay. It's still enjoyable. I had
Oh, yeah.
fun.
I mean, and there was like 300 or 400 people watching it.
I mean,
live, though.
they had to do it because of the coronavirus. So this
Yeah.
is just like I'm
Yeah.
glad they did something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
been
that's a
nothing.
clever way to do it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Yeah,
clever.
it's get postponed like everything else. Yeah.
I love just both hosts are behind. At the end of it, they showed them without
Yeah.
the green screen removed, so it's just the
Separate.
actual green screen.
Mhm.
So you can see they're both in two totally different places, but they just put them together in post. So funny.
Yeah, that part was cool.
Yeah. never mind. Never mind on that.
Oh, Idaho Farmer is alive.
Yay,
Ooh.
Idaho.
He's in the
Farmer.
RC. I'm gonna text him again. Get in here, dude.
Every time I get a new keg, it always gives me like
Oh, a
Oh,
lot of
glorious
lead.
amount.
I forgot to
Glorious
tell you
amounts of
guys.
head.
Yeah.
Speaking of keg,
It's
my
just right.
daughter tells me that she's allowed one pony cake free a month from Stone. Working
But
there.
She's still
I was
working there? I
like,
thought she was
what?
Still
taking a
working
break.
there? I thought that was done.
She did. She
Yeah.
did. She's taking a break, but she was telling me about it. Like,
could still
I was
get the-
like, so then when she comes back, hopefully when everything comes back. But yeah, no, that's really cool that they get a free pony cake a month.
Yeah.
That is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get my kegerator back into shape.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. A lot of benefits working at a brewery, especially like them.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of free beer.
They help promote alcoholism.
They do. They're so evil. That's so nice.
They start out by giving
Feed
you
my
like the small
addiction.
amounts free, and then when you're hooked, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
that's your next paycheck. Right?
Yeah.
All right, so you can get one for free, but you get 3 and no paycheck.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I didn't.
And
I wasn't a big
drinking
Stone.
one of those right now.
I wasn't a big Stone person, but now that it's free, it's a whole different taste.
Yeah, right.
It's
It's like
delicious.
so much better. when
I
it's
like
free.
this.
Yeah.
I've definitely drank more Stone since I left San Diego because
Really?
our trip down there for that. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's this delicious that I keep finding out here. It's like, fuck,
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like
really
Delicious. Is
good.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That one and that one we drank together at the
I
park
know,
area.
but I don't get that out here.
Yeah, what's
I
that
can
called?
find the
tasty and
delicious.
delicious.
I forget what it was called. I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
I had peak conditions and it was very grapefruity. I don't know if you guys like grapefruity beers. But
I love grapefruit. Well, I don't know about beers, but I like grapefruit a lot.
grapefruity
A lot.
beer. It didn't squirt me in the eye when I ate it. Drank it.
Classic
That sound effect.
it's so obvious what it is, too. Like, no, that wasn't a squirt gun. That wasn't water.
All right, so we're teasing.
Such a Hanna-Barbera sound effect.
It totally is a Hanna-Barbera.
Actually, it really is.
You
I still want
Hanna-Barbarian.
I want the biting
If
one
Hanna-Barbera
where it's like
was Patrick
The
Porno.
chomping
the
sound.
chomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to
Chomp?
search for to
I
find
don't
that.
know. I couldn't find it. I thought I
It's so
heard it out there.
distinct too. Yeah.
It's like a dog chomping on like Fred's butt.
Yeah. Like a bone or something. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go make my quarantini.
playing,
I'll
Gak?
join you boys in the drinking.
Quarantini.
This one.
Awesome.
All right.
Quarantini.
She's doing it.
I'm doing it.
Martini Cortini.
Yep. I have to pace myself.
All right.
She's a squirter. She's squirting.
It's pee.
It's poo. Oh no.
I hope not. And G Flyer says he has the chomp sound.
Of course.
Idaho Farmer just sent me. Oh, he's playing Civ. Fuck.
Playing what?
He's playing
It's-
Civ.
What's Civ?
Civilization.
Oh,
Syphilis? Oh.
Yeah.
I've been playing
This is
Doom
the game
Eternal,
PC.
bitch.
It's a sequel to herpes. It's called syphilis.
Yeah.
I'm at the very end of that game too. It's like,
You're at the end of it. Huh?
and
not-
and
Necro says it's not pee. Yeah, it's fucking.
yeah.
Just admit that you're into golden showers, dude. It's fine. I'm not gonna judge you. Just admit you're into that shit and just leave the fucking joke alone.
Yeah, Necros,
not
you
gonna
and your
say anything.
Excelsior game, man.
Well, I know, you sick fuck. With all his freaking amputee clown midget
Urination.
Clown. Urination.
Got the beta kid.
Paraplegic.
retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tourette
Albino.
Two girls, one cup of
Clown
pee.
makeup. Big feet.
Ah.
One eye missing.
Big feet.
Clubfoot.
Jaundice.
Yourself retarded.
By the end of the weekend, it was like the longest list.
Yes.
It's and so specific. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Take you forever to do a search.
so specific. Oh my god.
There's only one website out there that has that.
I
We
remember
got
that's
10
what
videos.
I remember.
Amazing.
That's what Gak could not stop laughing about when we were in the like. He was watching this double midget amputee monkey freeway. And he just
Albino.
starts dying laughing.
Flappy
clown
clown
meets
meets
flap.
So how that all came about is Necros is trying to hook up his computer on for Gabby's TV, trying to get Killer Queen to work with all the controllers
For like an hour at
For
least.
like hours. It felt like hours, yeah. And I said, just forget
it
about the
was
game.
hours.
Let's just see all your porn, Necros. Let's go. Bring it out.
Yeah.
Just
And then I
bury
just started
yourself.
piling
Necros,
on,
I don't have it. Come on, we know you have some.
some
It
sick
just
shit.
kept getting
I swear to God, we'll never talk
Midget
about it on
porn.
air.
Oh God!
Let's go see your yeah, your albino paraplegic.
That's all right. It's a bonus show. You guys can talk about whatever you want.
This is. Yeah, no one's actually going to see this.
No, it's fucking Saturday. Who's tuning in on a Saturday night, right?
Everybody that's home bored.
Yeah.
That
Like everyone.
doesn't care about their spouse. No, I'm just kidding.
My spouse is sleeping. She's gone through a case of wine during.
Mine's happy that she
Oh,
controlled it.
nicely
Ace of
done. All
wine?
right.
Well, since this started, her birthday was March 5th, and there was 14 bottles. My mom got her a case of wine, like this wine she liked. And I looked, and there's one left.
Oh
Jesus.
my God.
Nicely
Wow.
done.
Sorry, Jules, I'm throwing her the bus. She goes,
Dave, I thought you were the alcoholic. In the
Rip
family.
liver.
Come on.
Yeah.
she's been
Did she
stressed. She's been stressed out.
Too, Dave, like you? Did she
No,
only
she-
sleep with 2 drinks? Okay.
No, she's been stressed out with the airline and just afraid of everything and
Well, yeah, I get.
stress. You know,
Like,
trying to.
this
she's
is the
been
time,
school-
yeah.
She's been the school teacher. All this stuff going on. The kids are happier than.
Well,
they're
yeah, it's a
loving
holiday.
life. Yes,
Oh,
it's
they're
like
not going to
Although,
school.
but the question is, how long can they last?
Yeah, I
Because
can't see your screen.
after
Yeah, like you're gonna have them till September, Dave. Like,
well, you know, it is my.
no, well, they're
daughter-
saying
my daughter-
that the peak isn't until like we're not even going to reach the peak of this until mid-May,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's just reaching the peak. That's not saying that
We've got a month.
Sneak Fest 3 is still happening. Sorry, who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, so
Well, we
Bro-
should probably. That
Wait,
should probably
what's,
be like
Brofe-
May
what's
1.
the story with Brofest? People have been asking about Brofest.
Well,
Sneak
we
Fest 3?
Brofest is dead. Sneak Fest though. No.
Sneak Fest 3.
Sorry, Sneak
Fun,
Fest.
Fun Spot's closed down right now, so it's
Yeah.
going to be.
Yeah.
If Fun
Fun
Spot's not
Spot is
open, then
open, and we don't have a shelter in place or whatever they're calling it. You know, Dave and I have a cabin,
I'm going.
so we'll be there.
Well,
So
we'll have the
Wait a minute.
thermometer. We'll be testing everybody's forehead as they
Yeah.
come into the cabin.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the new game. Is like playing poker with a thermometer on your phone. Find out who fucking starts sweating out first.
Oh, who's
And you-
wait? You're
you crack a
99.
fever and you get the
No,
fuck
no,
out.
it won't even be the thermometer test. It'll be how long can you hold your breath test.
Thanks,
Oh.
President.
Because that's what I mean. I don't know if you guys have heard about like what's killing people. It's a respiratory thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have
Oh.
asthma, so I've been staying home because of this
Oh
whole
shit!
fucking thing.
Well,
so,
right
yeah.
on. I mean, everyone should be.
Yes.
Right.
We're not. Yeah.
No.
Where will Brian Koo get food? Says
Right.
Brofest.
If we
Yeah.
don't have the
Brian Koo is gonna basically
orders
go-
at like
he's gonna starve
11
to death.
midnight or the hot dogs that he cooks, what's he gonna
Yeah.
eat?
Brian Koo's going to be starving because he works at that arcade, and the poor guy's not
100%.
even working right now.
Yeah, no, he's shut down.
Yeah.
Backs him.
He's a retired Wall Street guy, so he's fine.
Yeah, but he
.com,
retired
yeah.
kind of early.
Oh, .com.
So it was so
He
Uh,
accepts
That money's still
shipments.
there.
Sneak
He
Fest
accepts
3.
shipments. I don't know what his address
Yeah.
is, but you know, if he
But
has
that's
a
like-
permanent one.
Sneak Fest 3 is
his
planned to
mom's
be
basement.
May 29th through May 31st. You know, as of right now,
Still
that may
tentatively.
change, but as of right now, we got a plan to go there. So we have Dave and I have a cabin along with Mr. Donnie Graham. So we shall see.
I like
He
that.
just
too.
asked me the other day, and I'm like, oh, I kind of forgot about it. I go, we're gonna.
Hey,
have to have a-
Leo, if all else fails, let's just freaking do a live feed, you know? We'll do a
Yeah.
sneak fest in our own arcades.
Yeah, we can-
People will be sneaking in. Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah,
just tuning in.
Sneeze Fest.
Oh, too soon? Oh no.
Wow,
Cough
might
good
be too
one. I
soon.
like that.
Cough
I like
fest.
Sneeze fest.
We're still doing quarantine.
I'm doing the art for you.
24-hour episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we start, if we're still quarantined and that Sneak Fest doesn't happen, that Friday at like noon, we should see noon to noon the next day. We'll just live feed the whole time, and people can join whenever they want.
There you go.
Here, we'll say, hey, we'll do it. You guys, you like somebody? Oh, I'll be on for an hour. I'm coming back later, and we'll have send a massive guest.
I really like this idea, dear Dave, which I don't say to you.
I like this idea, Dave.
I really like this.
I like this idea.
I like this idea, Dave.
When do you want it? Like, do you want? We want you to.
You better patent that name. That's a device, right? The iDave.
The iDave. That's the iPad.
You
the
can order a
iPhone.
Bud Light or a cigarette like that.
The iDave.
The iDave.
Hi, Dave.
Bud Light Parliaments.
He's
He's
like
just
an
swiping
android.
right.
Dogs and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Swiping right on the iDave.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Instant shart.
He can patent his iMonkey.
Oh yeah.
He's petting his eye monkey.
That's funny. The iMonkey.
The iDave. I love it. God,
Oh,
God,
too
dude.
funny. But if it doesn't happen, we'll make that the weekend.
Yeah, Gary Vincent, right? That's his name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he just
That's
friend
fine.
requested me like
Aw.
a couple hours ago on
Ooh.
Facebook.
I love Gary.
Popular lad.
I
I
love
love
Gary.
Gary.
Gary's awesome.
He's the best.
I love that story.
Yeah. So that's the dates for Sneak Fest 3. If there is no Sneak Fest 3, there'll be one
I
next
thought you
year.
said Stink Fest.
Well,
Those are the dates for Stink Fest
that's
3.
later
yeah.
on in the night once I really
Yeah.
get going. But yeah.
Yeah. That's the after party.
Yeah, that's when I really
Party.
get brewing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. I wonder when we'll ever see the Pee Wee event, Dave, too. How long that'll be pushed out.
They're gonna watch the new Pee Wee and then they watch something else, but I hope that does happen because I was thinking.
Oh,
about
it will. It's postponed, so it's not going to be. It's not canceled or anything.
You
but
know what's good
it's a
about it is
matter
I
of when.
just earned like I think enough points to even get the room for free because I signed up for
nice.
like a Marriott card. You know, spend like $2,000 in 3 months, and it that you have 50,000 points. You get it.
Is that
So-
because
oh,
you paid for all the rooms at
Oh,
vacation?
Okay, all right. No, wait, no. But wait, here's something on those cards. Here's something.
What?
$500 of that card is my family's trip to Laconia. But if I cancel and they give me back that 500, do I lose those points like in a month?
Mm.
Like if I call the Nassau and I say, like, oh, they say, all right, you're gonna cancel. We're just gonna refund your card. If I don't use that card for that 500, do those points? Do I lose those? Probably not, right? Because I did spend
I
it.
wouldn't think so.
Dave, you spent like
don't know.
$5,000 during vacation for the 10
know-
rooms in the
I
suite.
know,
I
no.
mean, come on now.
They never charge me.
Well, that's why. That's why. Oh, with my Wonka,
Fucking love that.
I earned a shit ton of points because I wanted to. The way I did it, the way I saved and stuff, I wanted to use my credit card to buy my pin because I was like, well, shit, I should do it that way rather than like cash
Yeah.
and stuff because I'll get all the points.
100%. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
earned a shit ton of points just by
I bet.
putting that on my card. And so like normally in a given year, within a year's time frame, it almost always works out that by the time Grinkers rolls around, I can buy. I basically get a free flight using my rewards on my credit card, and so I use that for Grinkers because it's usually a little more expensive of a flight. But this year, I met that way early on, so I might be able to get like 2 flights by the time that. Anyways, hopefully, speaking of that, hopefully that.
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
know. I mean,
Yeah.
You can't take anything for granted. So
Right. Yeah.
flights are dirt cheap now too. It's kind of sucks that like, you know.
oh, you're telling me?
I mean, most
like,
likely that'll be the first get together
yeah,
this year. Is
that'll be a lot of
October.
fun. Hopefully, hopefully.
Yes.
You heard me. I mean, you're telling me because like right now flights are stupid cheap for me and Carrie to travel, but you're talking about flying into the hornet's nest, basically,
Yeah.
the Bay Area. So
Hey, it's not
I
like we'd be
actually-
going out anywhere. I'd pick you up. You wouldn't even have to ride Bart.
Hey, and nobody's going to be on the
Oh, that's
flight.
true.
It'll be empty. You'll be safe.
Right? Yeah, just you and a bat and a little container of Lysol wipes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I canceled. So I was supposed to fly out there this next weekend, the 3rd. I canceled it because right now all airlines are offering free cancellation. You get a voucher, so I can rebook that whenever and stuff. But that's tough. And yeah, it's so enticing because its flights are stupid cheap right now.
Well, that was quick.
There you go. On the whiteboard.
Hey.
That's funny.
I love
Perfect.
it.
That's
Yeah.
so perfect.
It
That's
is.
awesome.
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
send it to the
Perfect.
writers. That's good.
Yeah, it's not coughing or a sore throat or a high fever.
Yeah.
So it's
There you
good.
go.
It's sneeze fest. Sorry, I just doodled that on the board for you.
No, that's great. We'll get t-shirts made real quick.
You can do the T-shirt. I'll do the trophies and awards and all that crap. But like, let's make sure that
Or
Well,
we'll get like 3 made for me with Donnie if everyone else wants to order. We'll
Yeah.
just do it that way because it's gonna be so last minute.
we
That's so funny.
even if there's not a Sneak Fest 3, there'll be a Sneak Fest for next year and years after that too. We're keeping this event alive, assuming the world doesn't burn to fucking hell. But whatever.
Yeah, one of these NAT events we'll figure out the mini NAT over here. Get
Yeah.
the folks over here.
I had thought about doing an event like I was going to do a hashtag sports event where you
Sports.
you just play like let's say you play NFL Blitz against somebody for the first round, then the next round is like NBA Jam, and like
Oh,
the third
cute.
round
That's
it's
a
like a different
fun idea.
round.
Yeah.
And like Mike Tyson's punch out or punch out, sorry, at the final one or something like that too. That's a little event I had kind of like doing like something we could potentially do too. But
I would totally do out here. I would totally do teams for Mega Touch, and a team event for like darts thing, like just
Yeah, that was
varied
great.
up. Yeah, because you could usually people can draw and like I don't think any of us are really hardcore dart players, or and even if you get paired up randomly with someone and you play like cricket or 401 or 301 or 501 or something. That could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then like you could do teams for who gets the best score, like 2-person teams for photo hunt or something. And
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, they actually canceled the conference, the event that I needed to go to that was right around the time of Sneak Fest. So who knows? Maybe my schedule, maybe I'll be able to, and we'll see.
if we're able to fly,
If we're able to fly.
I can pick you up. We'll make sure you have all the bags.
All my bag. I know. I'm not even fucking bringing the backpack.
seal yourself up in the
I know.
bubble. And yeah.
Yeah. I won't bring the backpack. Ixnay on the backpack bay.
Well, you bring your backpack and Dave will bring his knife. Yeah.
Yeah, either stab it or me.
I've been drinking Bud Lights for 6 hours. Where are you?
Yeah, there would be
Oh,
no
that
patience
was-
about
that
the
was the
backpack.
That was
worst.
bad. That was
I
bad.
remember
That was.
As soon as I got in the car and you said we have to go, I'm like, what?
That
I got
Post-it
to the airport
note.
at 9. You picked me up at 12:30. I've been drinking all day, and like, it just got so
Yeah.
like I could have been there. And like we
I
have
know. I still have the sticky.
I'm
That's
like,
what
Dave, I still
the
have that little.
Post-it note.
I still have the
Yep.
little post-it note that you made on. It's in my arcade.
what
It's part
did
of
I
my.
even write on it? What did I write on it?
Hi,
you.
my name is Carrie. Don't let me forget my red backpack.
Was that Gak, Leo, Dave, and I in that car?
No, because Gak wasn't
No,
there.
it's just me.
No, I wasn't there.
It was just me, you, and Dave, Andrew. Just me,
Oh, it's
Andrew,
just you
and Dave.
three. Of the three
And,
of us.
and like
Oh
I
my
said,
God.
I never really hated more humans than I hated you guys because I was there because I knew you were drinking the night before. But the only thing that made me feel better is I know you guys were up to like 4:30, 5 in the
Yeah.
morning. I know that
Wait,
you felt more
you took a
shitty
nap
than
in the
I
car. I
Which
had
is-
to fucking drive. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, which
I
is why I
remember,
forgot the
like,
backpack.
But it's probably a good thing that you did take a nap in the car. I've seen Leo drive. He's a madman. Holy shit.
perfectly right.
Yeah.
bumper to bumper. He couldn't
I
really-
stayed
He-
awake, but the
he
only reason why I
redefines
was like,
the word
Leo said it was cool
aggressive
if I just drank
driving.
a beer.
Yeah, he's an excellent driver, just very aggressive. We didn't get
And
any
maybe
accidents.
you need to be. I don't know, but yeah.
Jim, remember we were at the light and I honked at the person two in front of me for not moving? You're like, what the fuck are you doing? There's two cars in front of you. It's like, he's not fucking moving.
The only other time I've seen someone that aggressive driving was when I went to Whistler, British Columbia, snowboarding with my buddy Scott, and we took a shuttle up to our lodge. And so we get into the shuttle, and this guy just flies around these mountains, and it's like fucking. There's no railings, no cliff. It's just a fucking cliff. I'm like, Scott, I'm gonna try to take a nap because I can't stomach this. This is driving like. And he told me that he's like, I wish I could have fallen asleep too, because like it scared the freaking bejesus out of me. This guy was just flying up these mountains, flying around, just riding people's tails, zooming around them up these mountain paths. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We're gonna die. Yeah.
Well, on the drive to New Hampshire, we bumped up over traffic, so I couldn't really drive. And remember, we got there, and I was like, I think one of you asked, like, can I have a drink out of the cooler? I'm like, oh yeah, you can totally drink in the passenger seat. By the way,
We're in New Hampshire.
100%.
Their like whole thing is like a live free or
that.
die.
That's
was
like,
please.
You had your tree.
Holy shit! Who is this?
Shit! Holy.
It's a goatee. It's a goatee with a fro.
I know. I was just like, oh, I see. Yep. Now I see it. Yep.
A nice shirt there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sent you.
Marge sent you.
Hey, did you? That's similar to the one I have.
Is that from BB Herman?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
If you don't deserve to wear that if you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's from.
Dave, you can kick his ass. It's okay. Yeah. You're closer than I am. Well, wait, no, we're about equal distance, I guess.
I don't even think he can get out of the state.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I can get anywhere.
Yeah, we're not allowed
Dave's
to leave
got
our
connections.
county in Denver.
Seriously? You're not allowed to leave it?
That's the recommendation. That's strong.
Oh, well, that's different than you're not allowed to leave it. Like,
But
yeah,
there's
that's
not like there's not like armed soldiers. Like
It's not like Legend.
Right.
Remember when they were
But
trying?
That's
our
coming.
recommendation is like
it's not coming. Stop it.
You're not supposed to leave your.
Stop it, for God's sake. Where's
Right?
Monk's
Yeah.
phone
Yeah. They're
list?
saying that you should not be. Yeah. We had so much.
Be outdoors.
God's
but
sake,
don't
please
leave
stop
your
it. There's
county.
no more time.
Yeah, they did a like they've also, in addition to all of the hey people don't flush the flushable wipes, they're also
They're not
hey
flushing.
people don't try to go to the beach because we've had to close the parking lots and the beaches are closed because unless you
Nope,
can walk to it, you shouldn't be going there for your outdoor recreation. Because
I'm going to be flushing the absolute
before.
easy, like most friendly toilet paper there is, RV toilet paper.
That's right. Yeah,
I saw that. I like that.
it
That
breaks
was-
down barely
Yeah.
before as
Oh
you're
my
throwing
God.
it into the.
Yeah.
When I was like, I ended up getting a plastic bag for my teepee because I was afraid that people were going to like bombard me and ask me where I got it walking out of that store. And one lady did when I had the 3 packs of 4 rolls. By the way, it's just one layer, or one poly or whatever.
Single ply.
Yeah.
Single
ply.
Yeah.
The shit stuff, the crap stuff. Yeah.
It is a crap stuff.
Yeah. But they had stock. So what ended up happening was I was like, where do everyone's out. And so I'm online looking at Target, looking at Walmart, looking at all these places. No one had anything in stock. And the earliest I could get it was like in a week or so. It's not the worst. But then on Walmart, I noticed it says at the store nearest to me that there's seven in stock for the Scott's, degradable RV or boat TP or whatever. I'm like, I don't, whatever, it's TP. And if it dissolves quicker, whatever, it's fine. So I drive, it's about 15 minutes away. I drive to this Walmart and I walk down their paper product section. I'm like, there's nothing here. So I go on my phone and I'm like, oh, it's stocked in the RV section over in sporting goods. So I go over there, sure enough, here it is. And all 7 rows or 7 packages are right there. So I'm like, well, I'll grab 3. And I'm walking down the aisle, and this this cute, short black woman is like, "Oh, sir, can I ask where did you get that?" And I'm like, "It's actually in the RV section." Down, I pointed to where it was, and there's about 4 packs left. And she's like, "Oh, yes, thank you." And she's like, bolts away. And I'm like, "Yeah, there's my little good deed for the day, I guess."
I literally bought 30 rolls this morning from Costco.
Yeah, but I don't go to Costco. I heard your Costco thing. That's
I know, it's
Carrie's. Yeah.
I'm a member.
Yeah.
You-
I love
yeah,
Costco.
you and I have an exclusive membership.
I
Some of the
guess
big hot dogs
so,
there?
but, like
They sell
had-
big hot dogs there. Yes,
they
they
had
do,
the
sir.
hot dogs,
plenty.
the Costco
Like, I
dogs.
bought 30 rolls this
Yep.
morning. Like they had a full, it's like giant. There's so much toilet paper there.
They have amazing rotisserie chickens too.
Well, lucky you. No,
They're really good. I've been
I know,
known.
but there's that whole
to
argument
be-
though about the $5 chicken thing. Like
That's
you should never-
$5
Yeah,
chicken.
the
everywhere.
rotisserie
You should
chicken.
never be able
Yeah,
to buy a
it-
chicken for $5. That's fucking stupid.
You know what though? I don't want to be around that many people. Fucking
It's-
Costco. Every time
it's-
I've been
you
there,
know,
it's a
it's-
circus.
There's social distancing there.
Their
though.
their
Yeah,
their
yeah.
their $5 rotisserie chicken is probably twice as big as the same price one at the Safeway,
Shouldn't
and
be.
it's so good. I will
I
go
know.
outside and sit in the parking lot and just eat
And
the skin off.
chicken.
I won't actually eat the chicken. I
like a
often will
crack
use the
addict.
chicken for dog treats. For dog
Yeah,
training
yeah.
purposes.
Yeah.
Purposes.
They're
'Cause I'm not a
making
fan
noise
of the
like this.
I'm not a breast person. I'll have
You're
like
an ass person.
the thighs and drums.
I
Nice
heard
answer.
My
breast.
dog's favorite thing ever is that rotisserie
Yeah.
chicken juice.
Right.
That's crack for a
She
dog.
likes the dark meat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Dog meat. I'm fattening these fuckers up. But yeah, the skin it's so good. I remember going to, actually I have a review on Yelp. We'd gone to, there's a place in San Francisco that's known for their rotisserie for their chicken and their bread pans and, their panzanella salad, the panzanella salad was very good. But the rotisserie chicken that we paid whatever it's supposed to, it serves two and it's like $20. Not as good as Costco's. Like,
Yeah.
not even close. Yeah. Costco rules.
I'm hungry now. You're talking about the rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
I know.
So
love
good.
I
So
can make
it-
you feel gross about that because I hear that the rotisserie chickens are typically the ones that are about to expire. So like, let's throw them in the, let's quickly cook them before they expire, and then we can sell them.
I heard grocery
Yeah.
stores would fry them, and then they throw it out as fried chicken because it disguises it.
Remember,
Oh, that could be.
Bergie's like,
Got
But
it.
yeah, I
It
love,
hasn't
I love
expired
rotisserie
yet.
chicken. I'm just trying to poo on everyone's.
Given how many people buy rotisserie chicken at Costco, they're fresh, or at least they're not
Yeah.
they're not
Turn
like
those
death
things over
chickens.
fast.
No, I mean-
the problem is not that they're like, yeah, it's the fact that like you can buy a chicken for $5, which is actually
Right.
pretty fucked up.
I know, right? It's an entire life, and it's really
Yeah.
super. Yeah.
well, but the chicken's cheap. I think what costs money is when they piece it out.
Yeah.
Like if you're buying the bread, like if you just have the chicken, okay.
It's like arcade games. Oh,
Yeah.
I just brought it back.
But if you look into
Yeah,
actually what
yeah.
it costs to do everything,
Yeah.
$5 for a chicken is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that's
it's true.
That's what it costs.
It's too. Yeah, it's
I
too
I
cheap.
believe their uncooked
It's-
whole chickens cost more than $5
Yes.
at Costco.
Well, and that's at Costco.
Right.
But like the thing, no. So this is like a huge.
Yeah.
We shouldn't go down this. fucking
It's a.
rabbit
It's a.
hole.
Yeah. It's a.
But like,
but-
if you look it up, $5 is way too cheap
Yeah.
for a whole chicken.
Yeah,
And
it-
what you're getting is not right.
And the fact
Costco.
that
And
we.
actually, sorry, Carrie, but I swear to God, I'll get right back to you. But we talked about
No.
this briefly a couple of weeks ago. The whole was it Morgan Spurlock's new documentary? The
Super Size Me guy.
Super Size Me 2 about chickens.
Oh yeah.
Talks very, very much about like the fact of like what goes into like the chicken industry right now for fast food chicken and for producing chickens the way we produce chickens now, and how we beat out of like chicken farmers and all of that. $5, you shouldn't pay $5 for a whole chicken.
So I have this was probably 6 or 8 years
that's
ago.
it's sick.
It's broken.
But it might be a loss leader.
And
Like,
it's what is it? What is the name of that corporation that owns every like chicken
like-
thing that
it's
I
like
don't know, it's like-
Tyson.
Olson.
No,
Tyson.
it's like is it Tyson?
Tyson? I thought it was
Tyson's
Tyson.
a big
Tyson's
one.
one of the major
So,
manufacturers.
I was
I
gonna-
thought it was. I thought there was one up above that, like Super Chicken or Fun Chicken, or there was some Big Chicken
Aw,
or something
super
like
chicken.
that.
Is there
So
a fun chicken?
I was gonna say my wife's
Carrie,
sister,
interrupt you. You should
friends
get
of
back to what you
theirs
wanted to say.
are the family
Sorry.
heirs.
Carrie, I know
to
we
the-
missed Carrie. We
I know,
missed
I
Carrie.
totally
Carrie was gonna
rolled
say.
over what you were saying. I meant to get.
Sorry,
Oh yeah,
Carrie.
no. I'll just push my way back in. I've been drinking,
Please
so
do.
like I'll
Ooh,
really
push
my
it
way
in,
back
Carrie.
Okay, I'll make my point really
Push it-
quickly,
push
which
it
is that
hard.
it is, you know it. The
I love how we're getting back to our old school.
right.
days.
So let me talk about zucchinis.
All right.
Oh
It's-
shit!
It is wrong.
A
that
much better topic.
right. Yeah.
She's like, fuck the chicken. Let's go for
Fuck,
zucchini.
let's go for
Yes.
zucchini and
Fuck the
eggplant.
chicken with the
But
zucchini.
this is totally relevant. So I just
Yeah.
paid like $3 a pound for eggplant today, and that is more than.
Jeez.
Sorry, I should have warned you.
How much a pound?
Eggplant.
Like $3 a pound because I had to go to the fancy grocery store. But still, they're
You go to
expensive.
Whole Foods and you get a whole
Yeah.
paycheck.
Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
But the fact that
Whole paycheck.
$3 a pound for an eggplant is more than you would pay for chicken legs and chicken thighs, where an animal gave its life, was killed.
Oh boy.
There is something troubling about how, when you look at
yeah.
the price of produce compared to the price of meat, it's like it's almost like it's not a respectful thing that something died and it's cheaper than well, it's more
Tomatoes.
expensive. Yeah, it's more expensive than zucchini, but it's cheaper than eggplant. That's just that there's something kind of fucked
Oh,
up
I can't
about
hear
that.
you,
Yeah.
Leo.
And if you're
Leo's
going like
muted.
cucumber versus
yeah.
eggplant, you go.
Leo's muted.
Yeah.
He
But
said
you got
something.
the cucumber's
Leo,
bumpy, so
we
it's
can't
worth
hear you.
more.
No,
It's
no.
it's
Hear
it's
me?
it's
Bumpy for
ribbed.
her
You only
pleasure.
have two.
I can't hear Leo at all.
I think
No.
I'm muted
The
too. Am I-
daddy
No,
is
you're not.
in
We can hear you,
the
guys.
Okay. All right.
Leo,
I'm not muted. I'm
shut
fine.
up. Everyone, shut up.
Leo is muted.
Okay.
Leo. Nope, we can't hear you.
No.
Nope.
No.
You
Unmute
can actually
yourself.
start
Plug your headphones
talking.
back in.
Yeah.
No
I
one
was
has
on-
muted you, so
Sign language. Let's go.
Vacuum? Did he just say vacuum?
You have to double fuck
I
you from
understood
Leo.
that.
I
Yeah.
disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah.
Here, I'll speak for Leo.
Hi, I'm Polly the penis, and I just love.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Leo.
Okay, we can barely hear you now.
Oh, all right. I'm not sure what happened.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're better.
I was
now.
saying,
I don't know if it. I
when
don't
was
know
the
if that's
last
actually
time
coming out of that
eggplant
microphone.
was more expensive than a gallon of gasoline, but like
Oh.
it wasn't that good of a joke. But fuck, I've been waiting that long.
Gas
All right,
today.
somebody
I saw,
mute Leo.
All right.
No,
Hey, Leo,
yesterday.
we're putting you back on mute.
Yeah, you've lost
Ga-
speaking privileges. Sorry.
Gas around here was at $1.79
You
yesterday.
can come back when you have a better
Damn.
joke.
I haven't seen it that cheap since college.
Watch out, though. You might get a longer time out.
Yeah. Good
If
time
you
out.
fail a second time, it's 'cause-
Time-outsies.
Yeah.
Give me a break, man. They got fucking space invaders in here. That shit's for retards.
It's all on Leo
Holy
now.
hell. Whoa,
You're
whoa.
presented now.
Yeah.
Look out.
Oh,
All right, tell a joke,
we've
Leo.
Oh, you guys are all.
There once was a man from Venus.
yeah.
I really hate this whole quarantine thing because even though I live alone, I really am starting to hate my roommates.
Oh, but
there we go.
Taking all the mirrors down in the house. You have to look at your fucking.
No,
Yeah.
please.
Fuck up.
All right, you can
Massachusetts.
stay.
No, they're always asking you
I
to.
fucked the order up on that one, or whatever.
I got it.
No, so
All right, you're back.
Yeah, we accept you.
You can come back now.
So my wife's sister, they're friends with the heirs to the Foster Farms chicken
Oh,
family,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, they're big.
So
That's a big
Foster
one.
Farms
Is that the beard?
kind of in Northern California where they're located. It's south of Sacramento a ways.
Australian for chickens.
Yeah, it's all for chicken.
Yeah.
So I just had
That
this
means-
is like 6 or 8 years ago. The husband, I just had a brief conversation with him about it, and he was like, it really is a science. Like when you can, he's all that they have it down to a science. Like from when the egg hatches to where it's processed as meat, it's like 38 days or something like that. It's exactly that.
Wow.
And he said there was some scientists in like Germany that were developing something that could
Germany,
have
not
them
surprising.
be able to be fully mature to process as meat in 28 days, and that would save them billions of dollars. It was like
Pump
in
them
the
full of
billions.
hormones.
God,
That's why
scary.
girls get their period at age 11 instead of
Well,
That's right.
15.
And they got
Yeah.
double D breasts by the
Yep.
time they're 16. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Because
I know I did.
The chicken. Yeah, Yeah, they're eating the chicken boob hormones, which are
Yep.
affecting
Boys
humans
have a
now.
penis.
Yeah, it
Girls
affects
have-
humans.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh no, that's not the one anymore, Leo. You've been missing
Girls have
out.
the penis.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it
Boys
is.
have a vagina. Girls
Ah.
have a penis.
They all
I
laugh.
like that you kept the laugh in. That's the best part. It's like-
That's the best part. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That you
And
yeah.
I need Arnold going, ha ha ha, quiet.
Yeah.
And the biggest part of it was like the cost of the food to feed them. You know,
Yeah.
it's like if the less they can invest with the food, the cheaper it costs them to produce it.
Mm.
Wow.
So I know
yeah.
I've brought this up like 3 times. That who's seen Tiger King? Because this is like rolling right into.
Okay,
that
so
whole-
I've
Oh,
seen
not
like
yet.
I've only
half
seen
of the first
episode-
episode.
I've been hearing about it the
One
last couple
episode
days.
and one half.
it goes. The first episode is so nothing compared to how
Really?
next. Oh my! I laughed. So there's so many great things.
So in the first like 10 minutes, I had a total like King of Kong vibe off of the documentary aspect
it
of
gets
it.
so much weirder. Like,
Yeah.
So like, I couldn't believe like I actually rewound it being like, did they just fucking like did that just fucking happen?
It's
Like,
called Rolling King.
No,
Tiger King.
Tiger
Tiger
Netflix.
King.
it's on Netflix.
Tiger
It's a
King,
documentary
Netflix.
It's a
series.
7-part documentary. It is fucking crazy.
But as
Like,
you
yeah.
can see, it looks fantastic.
And the main character, it was like in Oklahoma. So I lived in Oklahoma from like
he's from Oklahoma.
94 to 97, and he started his thing in like 99. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is totally like your backwoods Oklahoma. You know? Like, man,
it takes so many turns that you're like, wait, what? Wait, it's I mean, not that we have anything else, but it's so funny and then like so weird, like because he's just these people live with fucking tigers and not like it's like and like there's a scene where like they're like grabbing at his foot and he's just like firing a bullet and like they're circling him like I'd be shitting my pants right now and he's just like,
Oh, that
"Why'd you
sounds
get the
rad.
fuck away
Yeah,
from
and the
me?"
dude's got 2 6-shooters down his
I
fucking
know.
both hips.
Yeah.
Both hips.
He
So
is
the
a
thing that-
gay libertarian. Like it's just so many. Like he was married to 2 husbands at one time. It's like it's so like it just goes everywhere. You just like it's so great. It's so good. Oh, I can't believe it.
And,
Have you
and
guys
most
heard
of
of
the
that-
characers have like half their teeth.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
they have
nobody
meth,
has a full set of teeth. in that
No
whole
set
show.
of teeth.
meth
Yeah.
teeth
Buddy.
all over the place. Yes, meth teeth.
Like,
There's
and
no
I'm not talking about like missing, like again, not missing like
Yeah.
1 or 2. They're missing all but like 1.
Or
yeah.
to
It's like
throw
fucking
this back to
snaggletooth.
Necros, he's probably fapping away at this show. There's like multiple
Right into his
amputees.
house. Oh,
There's
yeah.
multiple amputees on this
Yes.
show too. Yeah.
Have you heard about that?
Oh yeah, no, the chick talking about that thing. We see the video in the first episode. I think, at the
Yeah.
end of the first episode,
Uh-huh.
where she gets fucking like
She got
Yeah,
her arm
but
bit
she was
off by a
doing, like,
tiger.
Okay, I
Yes.
missed that. I haven't gotten to that
Oh,
part yet.
sorry.
well, no, but it was in the
That's fine.
first. It was in the first episode.
I thought it was. I thought it
Yeah,
was.
I'm only like
But
halfway
so-
through the first
all right,
episode.
so she is actually doing an interview with half a fucking arm chopped
yeah,
off.
I
Oh,
And then
noticed
at the
that,
end,
but
at
they
the
didn't-
end
I
of the
didn't see a
episode,
backstory.
she's the one on the ground because she just got her fucking arm chopped off.
Oh
Jesus.
Jesus.
So
She came
it was a
back 4
Tarantino
days
thing.
later. She was back at work 5
Yeah.
days later. She
Oh.
got her
Jesus.
arm
Whole
bit
Tarantino thing.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
That's
Holy
her on the
crap.
ground, like. But
That's
she's
not-
in the first
Yeah.
episode talking about like with her like stumpy fucking arm, like just
Yep.
being like,
Oh.
"Oh yeah, this is a great
That's
place to
that's
fucking
not
work."
the
Sounds
top 10 crazy
insane.
thing that happens.
Okay.
By the
Okay.
way, the Hello Kitty music video is one of the funniest things you will ever see.
Okay,
Ever.
we're
I
watching
have not
this.
seen it
Ever.
so-
No, you have to know the backstory to it though.
Okay.
You have to. Oh my goodness, it is. He's a country music. Oh, it's so good.
Did you
And
guys
so
ever
the-
see
the-
the '80s movie, the documentary Roar, where they just let lions go crazy and chomp on people? Leo, you seen
Really?
it? Yeah,
I
Melanie
have.
Griffith's in it because her family, her mom and dad. This is Melanie Griffith when she was like 16. Okay, this
Okay.
is an old movie. It's film documentary style too, which is weird. But it's about Melanie Griffith's parents in real life owned this like farm where they kept live lions, a ton of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And all different parts of the movie, the lions would maul. They mauled a cameraman. They mauled Melanie Griffith. She got scalped. The lion scraped the top of her head off, and they had to sew it back on.
In real life, you're saying?
Real life, yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Chomping, and then you see lions maul the owner, Melanie Griffith's dad. Yeah. It's really hard to watch. It's very. So is this series sort of like that, where it's kind of cringy?
There's he's sitting with the lions. There's a full he's driving with a tiger in the passenger seat of his car, just
Jesus.
They're all crazy. There's no good people. They're all fucking nuts.
Is this a brand new series that just started?
It is. It's Netflix. It came out a couple weeks
in the last week.
Yeah.
Like last week, yeah.
It's just called Tiger.
I kept
Tiger
seeing
King.
like tons of memes about the mullet dude, the main guy.
Oh,
yeah, I have
like,
too.
right,
I didn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be last on the train here. I got to see this thing.
You have to watch it. It blows your mind.
Note that they said like this isn't any kind of spoiler or anything, but they talked about how the money it's about generating money, right? And when they're little tiny cubs, they're so cute, and they take pictures with people, and they travel around with them, and then they charge them money for the photos.
Yep.
That they would make upwards of $100,000 in the first 6 months of a cub.
Yep.
But by the time they're 6 months old, they can actually bite a human finger off.
Yeah, that's when they
and so they can't use them anymore, right?
Yeah.
But
for the
the whole
traveling
thing of
thing.
like being like the Tinder apps, like right. So like
Interesting.
people want to pose with a tiger for their Tinder profile, so they can look like, hey, I'm a sexy Tinder guy.
Yeah.
What I got to do.
Sexy Tinder girl.
But he's in there with full blown tigers, and just like, you get away from me, and I'm like, this footage is from years ago, and I'm like, oh my god, like there are 3 tigers like circling around him. He's just like, well, I don't know what the fuck you people are doing. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of there. They're gonna eat you. Like
your food. What are you doing?
But they totally play him up. Like like I said, I've only seen like half the first episode, and I totally get the King of Kong vibe. Like the one dude that's like in Florida, and they kind of like play him up like he's almost like the mullet guy in King of Kong, right?
So
he's like,
he's like Brian Koo.
That's the guy from like
with him.
There's like the woman in Florida, and there's the dude in like Georgia, right?
You're dying, Leo.
Like
It's very cute. You're dying.
The main character
like,
who's in Oklahoma, right?
So
it's 3 different states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She they do a whole episode on her, which I did not see coming. Which they just kind of dropped a little like, wait, what? There are no good people in this documentary.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be
that's
good.
What I expected.
Well, who's the female
They're all
character, right?
assholes.
What's her name?
So the one who
like Sarah Barkin or something.
The PETA girl. Yeah.
Yes. No, but she. Tuesday. Let's talk about this.
All right. We all need to watch this.
She
show.
is-
All right. We'll revisit this.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
So you're saying Leo will be on Tuesday? All right.
Yeah.
I'm watching the trailer right now. It's tripping me out.
What the fuck?
Well, the activist lady that I keep seeing like memes about her, she being the one who started the coronavirus or something.
Oh no.
The episode
Bat
of
lady.
her, it's just like, wait, what? It's oh my goodness, it's so good. It's funny.
So it's gonna be like an
everything I
award-winning
want.
series or something, right?
Yeah, it should be documentary of the year. It should be best comedy of the year. It should be.
Leo gives
Only
it
at the
2 thumbs up.
cost of,
It should have also won the pin awards. That just happened
Yeah,
today.
that's right.
Looks like everybody leads a very exciting lifestyle, I must say.
Oh God.
Making our lives look mundane.
I know. Mine looks like boring as hell.
Oh
Yeah. Our lives are pretty much boring as hell,
I
even though,
know, they are.
they really are. Okay, I'll.
Our excitement is breaking a high score.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. I recapped a monitor. Woo! Yeah.
I finished Monster Bash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh no.
Hi, John.
Hey, he's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
So Shit. Well,
Wow.
are we
All right.
peeking
Well,
out
it
with,
took me out of the
fucking-
room.
Whatever you do, don't click on Arcade User 16's image or Facebook post.
Oh.
No.
The Reddit post?
Reddit?
No,
Oh.
Facebook post from Arcade User 16.
Oh.
No, I just see in the RC he posted a Reddit thing, but I don't see
It's a couple
Well, I'm
back.
not gonna kick. I won't. That's all right. I don't need.
You don't.
I'll take your advice.
Yeah, no, it.
Oh shit, we got some. We got J Rock in there.
Viewer mail? What's going on?
Viewer
J-Rock's-
mail.
He's not been talking.
No.
Has
yeah.
anybody
Yeah, do
had
we
any
do-
hiccups recently, or I'm assuming no, but
that's
I
the
got
weekly
Animal
topic.
Crossing.
Yeah.
So, who got the hiccups this week? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone pick up any kind of pandemic-y disease? No?
Yeah,
No?
exactly.
Who sneezed recently? Yeah.
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 I've decided that if I get, I was on my Mizbic kit project that will be coming up. I've decided that in light of the pandemic, once I'm done with my house chores and house projects, if we're still not let loose to go run about and run amok in the neighborhood, then I might go ahead and do the internals of that. Because originally I was going to wait, and because it was like, okay, if I do the internals, I'm not going to be as quick to do the exterior. But I'm like, you know what? It might be just fuck it, and I go ahead and install my BitKit,
Yeah.
and and
Yeah, I mean, you
rewire
can
it
always
and do
do
all
it-
that. I have all the
You can always do
parts.
it that way too. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, because if I end up bored enough,
yeah.
because I'm not gonna be able to, I need help getting the cabinet onto its side. I can get a cabinet down on the ground, but once it's down, I can't pick it back up by myself.
Yeah, and I mean, if you do the wiring and stuff, that's fine because that's not going to weigh the cabinet down.
No,
if
it
you go to
was a
cosmetics.
mental thing. It was just like I don't get to have, I don't make it a playable cabinet until it's pretty. So that's what
interesting.
it was.
And it's interesting because I typically work in the opposite fashion where I like to make sure the game's working the way I want it to, and then I'll do all the cosmetics.
Yeah. I usually start
Most of the
same
time.
way. Yeah, make sure the game's working, and then you can tear it down. Cosmetics are second.
Yeah, there's been a few exceptions to that, but yeah, for the most part, that's how it's
That's usually the way that I function too. But since I'm doing a complete overhaul on this, it's like I don't care if it works right now because I know it will work because it's going to be a new switching power supply. It's a new, it's like
you're the whole new guts.
it's a whole new. I am gutting the machine.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
before I gutted it, I was just like, okay, once I make it playable, then I'm less enthusiastic about
Well, that's
doing
true.
the
Like
cosmetic work.
And then an example of that for me is the red tent, because that was such a clusterfuck that I knew that it'd go from the ground up. So like getting that powder coated, I didn't have the whole thing working before I had that done. So that's an exception. I mean, there's a few exceptions to that. There's definitely scenarios where that it, one way or the other benefits you.
Yeah,
And
I will
typically
go
I
right there
do-
with you, like on that one, Jim. Like, I had one red tent working before I went and did the restorations on the rest of it. So it's true. I had good working monitors only after I did the paint.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
And one thing about that is that because it's so compact and small, it's real easy because you have those monitors, as everyone's always like, those are so temperamental, be careful and stuff. They're very robust monitor. Those Sanyos, any Sharps, whatever, they have the bracket around the neck board and stuff. So they're very
You can
robust.
throw those
It's
things
real
around,
easy. Yeah. And so like I had all the guts out and I could just like Frankenstein it together to test everything.
Yeah, I was doing all
outside of the
testing on a
cabinet.
on a fucking table. All the testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
One of the videos I have, I had the raw monitor on a table. I had the control panel on my fucking lap, and I had like it's real easy to do. So, I mean that's a prime example.
But I was 100%. I agree with you there. That was the only restoration I've done where it's like I didn't build the electronics to make sure everything was good before I did the cosmetics.
Oh shit!
It was like I did the cosmetics first and then built 3 working cabinets. What's up, Chris?
I'm fucking everything up.
Cabinets after.
there, my
Fucking gag.
My
battery's
battery's dying, and I'm trying to.
Yeah,
plug
we're
it
on the
in,
same
and I
page.
can't
That
get
was
it
a fun
reach.
restoration to do
fuck.
simultaneous.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm really
And I
proud that
just
we
broke
we
my-
went different
Oh,
avenues
shit.
on that.
Yeah. I love that. That was like
What?
I got no end here.
how many
Oh,
years
no.
ago was that too?
Drama.
Do you have other chords? You must have other chords.
There's the end that broke off of there.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
All right, let me find some. I'll be
Yeah, go
back.
get another chord.
Fucking Gak and his big
Yep.
fingers. If you know what I mean.
So-
But
so-
no, I'm really
so, Jim,
happy that we
Yeah, what year was that we did those?
14.
Fuck, man.
Because we did that. We did that almost a year before Grinkers, or the first time that we met. Because I remember that was how we met, was doing the red tent.
Yep.
And
because I sent you.
and
Parts.
you went. You did. Yeah. I got the care package that you
got
sent
the care
me.
package with like the.
I remember
desserts
coming
and-
home at the time with my ex-wife and walking down our long hallway because we're on the far end and seeing that package right in front of our apartment door and be like, "Woo!" I was so excited. I knew it was going to be the late, because like who has, unless someone like you is doing
Four
a
of them
bunch
at a
of
time,
yeah, who has an extra like leg clamp or whatever that is that you sent me, because mine was all busted to hell. No one, like, you're never going to find that all by itself. So like I remember like in the IRC on the outsiders and stuff, be like, Andrew, hey, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I was really excited about that. And you had Sam help you and you guys did the whole beautiful paint. And then I did the powder coating, and we did these videos and these threads at the same time. And it wasn't a competition. It was just like, here's two different avenues you can go.
approaches. Yeah.
Yeah. And they both turned out great. So it's choose your,
And again,
pick your.
like, so right behind me, I played a little bit.
Oh,
there you go,
nice.
Castlevania. Right
Nice
there.
green on that too.
My green works.
Did you follow my tips?
Nice.
I gotta
Oh,
say
that
though,
was-
Jim, I was super excited watching your video. So I didn't actually get to watch it live. Unfortunately, that night I was hoping to, but then it just didn't work out timing wise. And then I didn't get a notification from YouTube.
I didn't either. In fact, he
No
never
one
shows
did.
up in my
Live,
feed
and
ever.
And I was watching Slack, waiting for like some sort of update. That
He doesn't
you
even
were
show up
gonna
in
go
my
live.
feed, and I have him
And nothing
favored.
fucking happened. So I was like, oh,
Stupid
shit.
YouTube.
So I have a
algorithms.
theory, like and even with our show, I don't get a notification until like 20 minutes in. Like it's really delayed. It's really slow.
Unless you know it's going live.
Twitch is right away, but YouTube is a
YouTube
fucking
sucks.
Yeah. And but I have a theory because and maybe Seabart, you tuned into my Goonies one, right? You watched my Goonies. So that one there wasn't as much of a problem.
There wasn't much at all, but the one you did 2 days ago,
Castlevania, yes, had
Castlevania,
a lot.
It was like a 20-30 minutes before I even got anything.
Yeah.
It's only by chance.
I was waiting for it, and I just couldn't.
I didn't get it.
I posted. So I posted on Slack. I should have posted. I posted on Clav. I should have posted in Slack too. But
I didn't. See it in Slack, yeah.
but YouTube. When I did Castlevania, nothing changed as far as my setup goes. But there was a much greater delay with the chat, and the delay between the chat and what I saw.
Oh, what you're doing. Oh, yeah.
And it was a much greater than the.
Does it feel like about like 30 seconds or a minute?
It was like 30. I think Seabart said 40 seconds or something.
Yeah, it was like 35, 40. Because I taped the current time in chat, and then I waited for it to come up for it maybe hear it on your feed.
Yeah, so on my restream
35 minutes.
So if you guys are familiar, I do the restream thing, so I can broadcast on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all simultaneously. Okay. And the nice thing about the chat is that it's got a built-in bot that relays the chat. So people on Facebook can see the YouTube chatters can see Facebook, can see all the platforms. They all, it's really cool.
Oh, I didn't know they do that.
Facebook can't see Twitter or Facebook or YouTube.
Really?
We can get Facebook came up in Twitter and Twitch and YouTube, but YouTube doesn't see any Facebook stuff. But we can see both feeds
YouTube
in
just
YouTube.
stays to YouTube.
So what's the master? What do you want to watch?
And Twitch doesn't go over to Facebook. Twitch doesn't go over.
Maybe Facebook, because you see both YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, what's the best way to watch it?
YouTube.
YouTube or maybe Twitch, because Twitch. I think Twitch is going to have the least amount of delay.
Yeah.
But and I used to do Mixer as well, but I don't get any people on Mixer, so it doesn't matter. but the is that dry cough there, Mock? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Take your
What's your
temperature.
temperature?
It's my tired cough.
Yeah.
But so
Sleepy cough.
So I've been doing that, and when I did like Goonies and stuff, there's really Restream doesn't really add more than like a second or two of delay, so it's really hardly anything, and it's been working great up until now. So my theory is. Gax board. So my theory is
I'm listening.
that
We know he has the itch to
gonna
play
mute
games
my-
tonight.
we do. So I know that there was something going on Wednesday when I did Castlevania with the extra delay, but I did a little. My theory is that now with everyone being quarantined, that there's more people streaming. But then the other thing is that I think I found a setting with Restream where I have to go into YouTube specifically, and when it sets it all up before I start streaming, I have to change the latency setting on YouTube particularly, because by default it's set to low latency, and you can actually set it one step up to ultra low latency, but Restream has it set by default to low. So I'm going to try that next time I do. By the way, I'm going to try streaming possibly tomorrow night. I want to do Galga 88.
Awesome.
And see how far I can get, because I disabled continues on that. I've only played it a few times, but it's such a fucking fun game.
I think
and the
that
music
can be completable, right?
I don't know. I assume there's an ending there, because if you
There's
look
an
at
ending,
progress,
yeah.
there's an ending.
There's an ending.
But I specifically
Happy
turned
ending?
off continues.
Happy
Hey,
ending for
It's a
all.
happy ending.
Hold on.
What I'm saying is, I think
That
it's
woke me
beatable
up.
on one credit. Is what I'm saying. I think it can be done.
Well, don't. But I won't be doing that, folks. Because
Yeah.
So no continues
I'm new.
either for you, though, right?
no, I like to
What are
say
you,
I
new
don't.
here?
I don't like continues. I mean, I did it on Castlevania just to see if I can complete it, but
Dude, I
that's
love that
that was
you
a little-
completed the game. That was such a satisfying video, because if you hadn't finished the game, it would have been really a disappointment.
I had to pee
fact that
so
you-
fucking bad.
The fact that you finished made that
Yeah.
video the best, because it's like if you'd given up or just like started over, like fuck it, I'll do it.
Yep,
another
that's
night.
it.
But,
Good
like,
night. Yeah.
Yeah, but you finished the game. That was what we needed. as
Oh, there's a world
viewers.
record guy on here.
Oh, I don't care.
Doing the Galaga 88
Finish
on
the
one
game.
credit. Yeah.
Fucking nerds.
Nerds.
I resemble
Let's
that
get those
remark.
nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wanted at that point. It's like, if I'm going to be continuing, I might as well try to get through this, because I can always go back and try to see how far I can get on one credit.
Oh,
or
sure,
whatever.
yeah, do that. But as a viewer, we got to see the end. which
Yeah.
was that was very satisfying.
Yeah, that was satisfying. I'm glad you played. Do that to Toki.
Yeah. Like, get frustrated, but whatever, but just finish finish the game.
Finish the game.
Oh,
like, bring in the launching probe.
The end.
Yeah. Exactly.
Finish the game. No. Finish the game.
Oh, I didn't mean to restart it. Well,
but that made it very.
No.
It was a great video because of that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
cares
And that was
about
it's a fucking 3-hour video. Yeah.
Who cares?
Where you had to pee during all of it.
Fucking finish it, because it
Yeah.
feels so good to have a game.
Finish
done.
the game.
Yeah. No.
No. It's one of the more drama parts of Tron.
Finish the game.
Yeah, right.
Was there one drama?
Oh wait, no. That's
Where
not-
someone
that's
actually
not how it goes.
dies because it's
Yeah.
Disney. It's surprising, actually.
Well, yeah, because someone who dies who's not a mother, because usually Disney is quick to kill off all the moms.
Kill the moms.
Kill the moms,
Bambi
have
moms.
Exactly. Have dad.
They get de-rezzed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get de-res so they could get away with it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah, maybe tomorrow will be Galaga 88, because I haven't done that game yet, or even Gap
Yeah.
Plus. Yeah.
That'd be fun to watch. Yeah, mix it up.
Oh, it's such a fun game.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
popping the things where they blow up and they pop.
Oh,
know?
yeah,
And
yeah. They
that's
get big.
satisfying.
The
Yeah, it's
sound
satisfying.
effects and the music make that game. It's so fucking good. It's so good. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah, maybe tomorrow will be Galaga 88.
There we go. Got some
Nice little
Yeah.
reverb there, a little echo delay. But the and the bonus stages are great. I mean, that game is louder than any of my other games. Because it's so good. The music's so good. So like the volume is slightly louder than any of the other ones. I was telling Carrie about that. Like, you know.
Yeah, the music is awesome in that game. It really is.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice to get to play it at your place where I can actually hear the music as opposed to over at Grinkers, where it's like there's a lot of competition for it. But even there, you could tell that it was like all the
You could
noise
hear
and
it.
all the sounds and the noises. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm watching the
yeah,
world
that'll be
record holder play, and he's so freaking
Spoilers.
good.
Yeah,
he's so good.
Yeah, and then the cool thing is too, you can start that game. So when you start that game, you have the option of, so you get 3 lives, right? So you can either start with just the single shooter, or you can start with the double like you would in normal Galaga, where you have 2 ships side by side, but then you only have 1 life outside of that. And so there's a trade up there, a trade off.
Yeah, it's interesting that it gives you that strategy choice. In the beginning.
And I find it, for me personally, I used to start with just single ship because I'm like, well, I want the 2 lives, but I find it actually more beneficial or easier to start with the dual ship, and you're not really losing anything because you still have 2 lives. They're just on the screen at the same time, but it's a lot easier to get a lot more points early on, and especially in the bonus stages, it's really tough to complete any of the bonus stages with just a single ship. And then in the attract mode, this hasn't happened to me yet, but in the attract mode, it looks like you can actually get a 3rd ship. Like if you're the double and you get, I don't know how this happens, but you can actually get 3 and be like a trifecta.
I wonder what the high score guy that Mock that you're watching, what if he started with 1 or if he started with 2.
Started with, when he very first started.
Yeah, did he pick the 2 or the 1?
He usually sticks with just 2, but he did go to 3 at the beginning. Very beginning, he went with 3.
Wait, how do you go to 3?
How do you start with 3?
Yeah, you only get to choose between 1 and 2.
Okay, no.
You start with 1 ship or 2?
He starts with 2.
Okay.
He does the two choice, but then he plays to get 3, plays that until he loses it to just 2 and keeps it as 2 from then on. That makes sense. He's a 2 shipper. Anyway, his high scores looks like 1,713,000. So it's on Galaga 88, Namco World Record Arcade. So it's kind of fun to watch him because he's actually really good.
Because he smells.
Smells nice.
Yeah, exactly. It smells like Galaga 88.
That's spoilers. Good. I can't do that. Yeah. I should have watched Castlevania before I played it.
And Jim's getting mad that I was giving him tips. So it was like, he's like, "Why don't you go play the game then?"
Yeah,
I know.
No, that was funny.
No, I'm like, your shit doesn't work. Yeah,
yeah, that didn't work.
No, but it does work. But then when I told you about the Frankie with the holy water, you're like, "All right, no more tips." And you're ruining it.
Yeah.
For him to discover it.
Okay, don't listen to this part, Jim. Remember when we were watching him play Toki, and you were trying to give him tips about one thing, and he was but he was really drunk and was like kept not executing it right, and we were all like, "Oh no, not like that."
Go underneath them.
Oh my, no,
go over. It was go over him.
Go over him. Okay, go over him. But no, you can do that though.
No, see, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
You're fucking full of shit.
Did you do it?
Yeah, and you were like running into a spear.
I did end up doing
it. Oh my god, it was so funny. It's like, oh no.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Mark was like, I give up.
I discovered that you could find the helmet. The helmet above the water was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should go back to that game again.
I give up. That was so funny. And I'm like, no, I understand.
I was trying to help him.
Yeah.
That's just one way to do it. Easy,
but he was so plastered.
Yeah.
Was that the first night that I streamed Toki?
That might have been
2 or 3.
I'm not that good at Toki.
I got so fucking hammered. It was so bad.
The end's so hard.
So hammered. I streamed for like 3 hours too.
Yeah, you were really hammered by the end, and it was like,
oh my god.
Yeah,
the problem too is that at that time, Toki was like the furthest game in the kitchen, so I had to walk 4 feet to get a drink. So I was just kidding. Wow. And that was the first night I streamed too, so I was a little on edge. Like, this is a new thing. I hope it all works, and then whatever. And I just got fucking hammered. And I watched I think I've only streamed it twice. And the second time I I did way better. I got to that jungle, the 5th stage or whatever. But God, that stage, I have no idea what's going on. But I have to go back to that.
hard.
But yeah, discovering that helmet, that you could get the protective helmet above the water on that was that 2nd stage was.
Oh yeah.
That helps.
I hate that stage where there's greenery everywhere and there's like those weird green monsters that are all wide and I don't know.
Yeah, it's a jungle stage where they
The
just pop out of nowhere.
I hate that jungle stage.
You got like the
Yeah,
little
it's hard.
rose dudes that they like spring around, and there's a little
lot of
lizard
cheap
dude and it's
hits, it
raining.
feels like.
Yeah.
Super cheap hits. Oh
Yeah.
God damn it! And then actually the second,
Like, how can you prepare for that?
where you get to that game gets fucking cheaty.
Really cheap
Yeah.
near the end. Yeah.
Oh, towards the end, yeah. I did a fucking. I don't care. I just want to finish this game.
Yeah.
It was on
'Cause
the,
it feels
the
cheap.
Switch. It was on
Yeah.
the Switch. Remember, I played the
Yeah,
updated
yeah,
version of
the
Switch.
the
and I
HD
finished it
thing.
on there, but like it was the second to last level. I think it was not the last level, but it's like there was like a
Minecart?
It's a cart.
Yeah, the minecart.
And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
There's like double spikes and shit, and you have to just know ahead of time
to know
that
the
you have to
patterns
jump.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like, no, but beyond that though, there's like points there where it's like this game cheats.
Yeah.
Like
Feels like it's cheating.
you have
It's
to
like Super Turbo's
memorize-
AI.
You have to memorize exactly what's gonna happen so you know what's gonna happen so you can play it.
Yeah.
And it gets cheaty. It's just
Which sucks for someone like me that doesn't want to continue. But I feel
no.
like,
and I totally
but
100% continue. But I
but
finished the
but
game,
like,
but like continues.
yeah. Well, I
It was
mean,
like,
it's,
did
it's
what
like
you did, I did what you did with Castlevania.
Castlevania, and I was just gonna say, maybe that's what I need to do.
You can do that, but like I think
Just so you don't have to keep starting all over to do all the levels we know you know how to do.
Right. Well,
no,
there's
but no
there's
one
an
wants to
argument.
watch. No one wants
Yeah.
to watch that. But the thing is, as a player, that'll make you a better player.
Yeah, and then you could go through it. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Like same thing with Castlevania. Like if I plow through it, okay, the second time around, maybe I can do better,
Mhm.
and maybe I can build up to that where I can
For
go
sure.
through it with one.
If you were-
Ultimately,
if you were
with
just
one
doing
credit.
the same couple 3-4 levels in the beginning, and you had to start over from scratch
Right.
every single time. That's how I learned how to play Rastan.
That's why only
never,
5 people
ever
watch
continued
me.
playing, I never ever continued as a kid playing Rastan. And when I can get to the 3rd and 4th level,
Consistently,
I was
and-
trying to
yeah.
make one quarter last as long as I could. So I didn't want to see the end. That wasn't my goal. My goal was
Right.
to make a quarter
Yeah.
last as long as it could.
But to me,
So
that's what makes
that's what eventually made me like really good at Rastan. So like once I got to the point where like I was getting to the 4th, 5th, and the final level, it's like I was so good at the game. It's just like, oh yeah, I know what's coming. I know how to defeat these guys. It's just simple. But
yeah,
my skills
but from
are
a
so
streaming,
ingrained.
right?
But from a
and
streaming, you don't want to watch that shit as a streamer.
no one
Like,
wants to
watch
see
that.
the same thing
Yeah.
over and over again.
But that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
makes
yeah.
the last level so good is you can't
Right.
you can't buy your way through that last level.
Yeah, Rastan makes that interesting because
Right,
like,
and
you
then that's
can't
what
continue.
which is
And I
great.
think
like,
Toki's the same
I
way,
appreciate
isn't
it,
it?
but like
You
from
might
an
be right,
arcade
yeah.
game, like from arcade, like if I was managing
For sure.
like no, like just like make the last level hard and just have
Right.
them pump a shitload of quarters in there and say like last level, like give me you've come this far, give me all your fucking quarters, like
No,
you
and
know.
I 100% remember that. Actually, that was one of my funny moments at Fun Spot. Was I don't remember which high score guy it was, but there was one of the I'm not gonna call him out. There was one of the high score guys, and he was playing Rastan. And I was like standing back behind him, and this is like world-class player. I'm not saying his name, world-class player, and he was playing Rastan, and he was getting super frustrated. And he was continuing. I was like, wow, all right, he's just trying to push through the game. So I was just stepping back watching him, and he was on the 4th or 5th stage when I started watching him, and then he is just pumping quarter after quarter and screaming at the game and pounding on the fucking cabinet. I'm like,
Ooh, I almost
we're
pounded
at-
on my red 10. Yeah.
we're at Fun Spot, and here's this guy
Yeah.
getting super frustrated. I'm like, that's actually pretty easy what you're fucking up at. But I'm just like, zip.
Yeah.
So
That's-
I'm not gonna say shit, right? But it's a high score guy. This is one of our like look up to guys.
Does
And
he
I'm
have a
just like,
hairpiece?
Does he
wasn't
make
there.
salsa?
I'm not
You
giving
have
more
his name
clues
written in
away
a
about who it
bathroom at
was.
Fun Spot.
But you guys
Does-
all know who I'm talking about.
Does he
Oh
have a
yes, we were
mullet?
there. We saw the thumping. We saw
You
the anger
saw-
at the
so
machine.
That's right.
Yep.
Carrie and Jim, I think,
Oh,
actually
wow.
were there when the thumping was happening.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yep,
yeah. It's
so
not. It was
these-
not the game's fault.
Nope,
He
it was
was-
not the game's fault. He was
That
just
is not okay. That was
plain
not
old-
okay.
Carrie,
The way
can
he
you type
treated
it
those
into the
machines.
chat? Can you type in our chat? Who
So
it
one of
was?
my first memories of Fun Spot when I first went there, I was
real quick,
Go ahead,
Leo.
yeah,
Please
go ahead,
come back
go
to
ahead,
this.
sorry.
I just want
Yep.
to finish it off.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead,
like
yep.
he literally was like fighting through, and he could not get through this like simple barrier. And I'm like, dude, it's the same shit you've been doing for the last like I don't know how many levels, and he was just fucking up. And I'm just like, just standing back, like I'm not gonna give him advice. Like
No.
Mhm.
In fact, when he's done, he walks away. Then you pop in a quarter and show him up.
seriously, pounding the machine, and then he gets the last level, and he tries to continue, and he can't because, of course, you can't continue on the last level. I don't know how many dollars he pumped into that machine. A lot.
Put
He
his
was like
name. Put
quarter
his name
after
in their
quarter.
chat so
No,
we
I'm
can
not
see
doing
it.
that. Nope.
Why
I'm
not?
doing that. I'll
In
send you
our
guys in
own-
Slack later. But like,
All right.
so it's just very funny watching someone who's like a high score guy, and then he got to the last level and he couldn't continue. The whole point of that was, I think it's great that arcade games at some point will be like, I'm not a quarter marcher.
you.
Fuck you. You can't continue.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which no one nowadays would say because it's like, wait, they
No,
made
it's all
this
about
far, like,
give me more
suck
quarters.
their
Yeah.
quarters, right? And they'd be
It's
like, no,
you know what? Your quarter
you got to earn this. You got
is
to
no
earn
good
this.
here.
Exactly.
There's,
You
I
gotta
think a
earn it.
lot of those platform games did that because I think Toki does that. Does Black Tiger do that? I mean, there's
Black
a
Tiger
few.
might. Yep.
Ooh,
You might be
Tiger
right there.
King.
Yeah.
Back.
Forgotten Worlds.
Forgotten Worlds does. Yeah.
Tiger King, you
Yeah.
buy whatever you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
And those are different manufacturers. I mean,
Final
you're
Fight.
talking FabTech
Ooh.
for
The
Toki. You're
Punisher.
talking
I don't know if
a
UN Squadron,
Capcom for
UN Squadron might blank it too.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, Black Tiger. I know that one does.
Yep.
Yeah, takes me a
Yep.
few quarters to get through it.
Toki is FabTech. Rastan is Taito, right? And
I know. Yep.
Taito, as Carrie would say.
Taito.
Taito.
Exactly.
I don't mind if, as long as it's possible to get through the game on
Yeah.
a token. I mean, it's
Yeah.
okay. I
100%.
think to have continues as long as you.
That's
can still
a
get
great challenge.
Not like
But-
some
but-
games
But it
like
puts up,
are really
it
hard
puts
to
up
do.
it puts up a skill wall that says,
It
like, you know
does.
what? I don't care
Yeah.
how much money you have. You can't beat this game
Mhm.
just because you have more money.
Because some are cheap that wouldn't just
Yep.
wreck
Yeah.
you.
Like
Yeah.
I've never beat Rastan because
Turtles.
the 6th level always gets me. Like I can't get to the end of it, and it sucks because the 5th is the hardest level in the game. But like I always end up fucking up on the.
Actually, you know what? The funny thing is, the 4th level boss is the hardest boss in the whole game.
Are there 5 levels or 6?
6. So if
The
Ah,
big
same
thing.
with Toki.
if I can't beat the 4th level boss, I won't. I won't even.
I need to
bother.
fucking play Toki again.
Like
Yeah.
if I don't get to the 4th level
got an
boss
itching for
with the
Toki.
right setup,
I do.
I won't even bother finishing the game.
All this
I'll
talk.
throw it away.
Yeah, because you gotta do the jump. You
I
gotta
either
jump
gotta
swords.
do it
Yeah,
right,
the jump attack. The jump attack.
but if I fuck it up, I'll just throw the game away. It's
Yeah.
not worth it. That if I can kill that boss, then the game I'll win it every time.
Hmm.
But if I don't beat that boss, I can easily die 3 times on him.
Oh yeah, he's yeah. Love that game.
Cool. So are we done tonight? I mean,
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah,
I'm
we can
good.
hang it up.
Yeah, it's like 1:30 East Coast time. It's getting late.
All right.
Just remember,
Yeah.
tomorrow's not
crazy, like,
Wednesday.
bonus show. This is
I know,
not
right?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome!
I get to
Yay!
sleep
Oh no!
in.
Hey,
don't
you know
I know.
what? I'm not opposed to doing this every week if this, as long as this quarantine goes on. You know,
I'm up
like
for that.
whether it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
Saturday, but it could be a second day of the week other than Tuesday.
I have
Friday,
games running
Saturday?
behind me.
It's great. I love it.
This is weird.
Great.
And they all work, Andrew.
Yeah, right.
Wait, don't turn around. Yeah.
Oh, you turned around.
This is no,
All right,
it's
which
very
one
exciting 'cause
died?
It's warm enough now out in the garage that I can run games.
Nice.
It makes me very
That's
excited.
cool.
Dude,
Awesome.
it's been
Yeah.
raining
Play
the
some
last
games
like
after
2
this?
days.
Yeah.
It's been raining here all day the last 2 days. There's no snow. We're like it's been 50. Actually, yesterday it was 60 degrees out.
There was literally snow on the ground when I was walking my dog this morning, but it's warm enough in here. It's 60 degrees right now.
Nice.
So, yeah, I want to.
I might play a little Wonka. I might have to fucking play Toki, but tomorrow I'm gonna try, hopefully, to set up a stream for either Galga 88 Or maybe I'll have to do Tokyo fucking again. God damn it.
Having fun,
Well,
eh, Gak?
Ponpoco is fucking infuriating.
All right. I'll post a link on our Slack channel and on Clav if I decide to. So yeah.
I'll jump on if you do that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Sounds good.
Awesome. Yep.
Awesome.
This is fun.
Thank you
All right,
so
yay!
much.
Thank you for
That was
the
fun.
Saturday
Everyone
night
liked this
hangout.
crazy,
Time for me to play
like,
some drunken Street Fighter and
Saturday
beat some
night.
people up online. Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yay.
Love you all. Thank
Just-
you so much.
See, dude.
Finish my
Was this
drink.
213 then? Is
Stay
that what you
safe,
call it?
stay healthy.
Yeah, we'll
Two-
call it whatever the next
212.
episode is. I think.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, this counts.
Yeah.
We
sure.
get
Absolutely.
This,
This is
this
a
goes in the
episode.
bank.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we full length. We had 9.
And we talked
right.
about arcade. We talked about a lot of we talked about a
This is
lot
the
of
most
arcade shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
totally
Leo
did.
got to do his retro console shit.
That was
So-
awesome.
Yeah, we need Leo's
It
corner.
It was a good Leo. It was a good Leo night.
Leo.
This was a good.
Leo.
This was a good show.
Leo's Lounge is what it is.
Leo's
Yes.
Lounge.
We
Mega Man
IB
corner.
Treehouse beer.
We're all-
Instead of
we're all
being-
Still had titles.
You're like
In
Leisure
Leo's
Shoot
Lounge.
Larry, just like a bunch of like
Ah.
Leisure Shoot Larry.
Yeah.
Leisure shoot
I was-
Leo.
Leisure Suits Larry.
Leo.
Oh my God, the days
Leo.
of leisure suits.
All right, take us
Fuck.
out of here,
All right.
Jimbo. Thank you,
All right.
everyone.
All right.
Night, everyone.
Night all.
Y'all stay safe.
Yeah, please wash your hands.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Love this.
Person.